It's a new day. A good morning to you, cherished viewers. You are welcome to the Koko Digest Morning Show. I am your host, Yayara Awuno. We're coming to you live from the studios of Clock TV. You can also catch us on GoTV channel 184. And as always, if you're not in the comfort of your home, you can join us via social media, particularly the Facebook and on YouTube. Just search for Clock TV and then like, share, and subscribe to our pages to get updates on everything that we do here, and also join in the conversation. You can send your comments to the live stream as well, or to our WhatsApp number that will be displayed onto your screens. Now, today we're going to be having an extended newspaper review, or online print review as we call it, and so we would like to hear from you more. We'd like to hear your comments and sentiments and your opinions as well. So the phone lines will be open so you can call and weigh in on the conversation here. Also, you can send your comments to the WhatsApp number displayed onto your screens, or to the YouTube and Facebook live stream. Now, on the lifestyle segments, we're going to be talking about learning about music, the formal and informal way. So those of you who learned music in school, the experiences, would like to hear from you, share with us. And those of you who also learned music, informally, you can also share with us. Business and sports will be bringing us updates as always. And now let's prepare to be motivated for the day and the holiday and the weekend ahead. Now, today's quote is by Wayne Dyer, and it says, "Go the extra mile, it's never crowded." Go the extra mile, it's never crowded. This is by Wayne Dyer. Now, this quote is encouraging us to rise above the bare minimum, put in effort that most people aren't willing to give. Many individuals stop at what is comfortable, expected, or easy, which means the path of truly exceptional work is often empty. The extra mile symbolizes doing more than what is required, adding care, showing initiative, persisting a little longer, or giving higher quality effort. When you operate at this level, you not only stand out, but you also open doors to opportunities, recognition, and personal growth. What others are also going to be missing is what you are going to achieve in that sense. So when you go the extra mile, you are going to be stretching yourselves the way others are not willing to do. And also, this ultimately tells us that excellence is rare. Now, not because it is impossible, but because few choose it. When you decide to go further, try harder, try to commit deeply, you place yourself in a space where competition thins out and your impact becomes far greater. So now this is just to tell us that whatever business you're doing, whatever academic, feat you are in, taking that initiative into, you're going to have to take the extra step, go the extra mile, do the extra thing to make you more exceptional, to make you stand out in excellence. This is not limited to just academics, but even in our work, even in our lives, in taking care of ourselves, the extra mile is the difference between you and the others who are doing the bare minimum. So let's make sure that we try to go the extra mile, as Wayne Dyer is telling us today. And again, he says, go the extra mile, it is never crowded. So let's take this quote into consideration, dwell on it, to do some introspection and get ourselves on the right path to excellence. Next is going to be our weather forecast for today by the Ghana Meteorological Agency. And this is a 24-hour based impact. And it is here saying that thunderstorms or rain amidst cloudy conditions will affect places along the coastal inland and some parts of the middle sector this morning. Cases of mist and fog patches are expected over parts of the hilly areas as well. As the day advances into the afternoon, sunny weather coupled with occasional cloudiness will dominate most parts of southern Ghana, whilst fairly dry and slightly hazy conditions prevail over the extreme portions of the north. For late afternoon into the evening, there is a likelihood of localized thunderstorms or rain over areas slightly north of the coastline, middle, transition, and northern sectors of the country. Now, it is key to note that Relatively cool night and early morning temperatures are expected over the upper regions. Now, this is from the Central Analysis and Forecasting Office of the Ghana Meteorological Agency. So let's take note of that. As I always say, since there seems to be some threats of rain, let us prepare ourselves, be strapped with an umbrella, a pullover, a raincoat, a jacket. If you have a spare, you can keep one with you to give to a friend or a loved one in need. And if you are driving as the clouds are starting to form, you can offer somebody a lift. Let's show some acts of kindness as the day progresses. Next is the online and print review with my co-host, and we will be right back. You're welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. And if you're just tuning in, it's time for our online and print review with my co-host here with me. And I have with me Miriam Abnadidi and Clementi Abankwe. So we're going to be having an extended online and print review segment today. So cherished viewers, if you have anything you want to share with us, we would like to hear from you, weigh in on the conversation. So when the phone lines are opened, I will do well to alert you so you can call. And for now, the WhatsApp number is there. The YouTube and Facebook live stream is also there, so you can send your comments, and then also I will read them here. So let's get into the conversation quickly with my co-host. So good morning, lady and gentleman.
Good morning, Ariel.
How are we? Weekend approaches, holiday in somewhere in the mix. What's up?
For me, I'm ready for this festive season. I don't know about you. My heart has been full of gratitude, counting my blessings one after the other, looking at how we started this year, the kind of things we've seen with our eyes, the kind of things we've heard. But you see, the Bible makes us understand that 1,000 shall fall at our side, 10,000 at our right hand, but none shall come near us. It's not that we are special, it's just by the grace of God. And so today, if I'm sitting here, all I want to say to God is, God, you too. Thank you so much. And yeah, we are happy. Christmas is close. It's unfortunate that our Christmas tree is not ready yet. But
No, we are giving it premium decor.
Gosh, but your guest is giving Christmas.
I'm preparing for the festivities. So Clemens, what about you?
So since the two beautiful ladies have taken the conversation to Christmas, I don't know what you take mine to. Whether to continue the same line or
Tuaso.
So I think as you guys have started, it's all about Christmas, and we still want to remind viewers that they should show love. That is the most important thing, because if God gave out His only begotten Son to us, then we should give out our only begotten thing we have.
Right.
That doesn't mean that go give out everything you have. It should be something from your heart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. You know, you said you were excited about Christmas, and I think on Tuesday when Peter was around, he was talking about the fact that now he's an adult and he has to be the one buying the things. I think I agree with that, because now Christmas doesn't feel the way it used to feel as kids. By now, our parents are doing selection
the
for
measurements of
us.
our feet,
They brought the fabrics for you to go and choose your style. But now, they are the ones looking at you saying,
exactly.
to mama near pump.
And very soon your kids will be taking that thing from you. You'll be the one taking the measurements.
Seriously.
Because all the there's this biscuits we usually eat when it's Christmas. It has a name. I've forgotten the name. It's those small round ones. Yes, you will see it on the market very soon. Those days, our parents that will buy these things and bring them. Now they are looking at you to stock the fridge, stock the house with drinks and things, and it's like, ish, adulthood.
But there is this twist to Christmas nowadays that it doesn't really feel special like as compared to previously, because it used to be like it is when it's Christmas that you see chicken, like a full chicken is going to be prepared, and that kind of thing. You eat rice, but these days every single day we are eating loaded fries. We are eating,
but you know there's a difference to it too, because you see, yes, we eat the usual frozen chicken, but my mom would tell you we should kill a live fowl, use it for light soup. That's what because there's a difference in the taste and in the feel. Because how many people can afford a live fowl? So at least now the live fowls are special.
You go to the coast store today with 25 cents, you get some.
You get some chicken to use to do your stew.
I think this Christmas we should advocate for Eat Ghana.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the farmers,
so that will support them.
Exactly. You should forget about importing this dead fowls to the country. So, Yara, should I translate you to the what do you call Farmers Day celebration tomorrow?
Before we even come there, I was also going to even talk about the fact that, as you said, Christmas doesn't feel special anymore. Another aspect of that is the way it's a lot of jams, enjoyment. Not that enjoyment is bad, but it seems that the true reason for Christmas is no longer there. When we hear of Christmas these days, it's about concerts, it's about going to party.
Dirty December.
It's an amazing thing though, but it's like, for the fact that it's been placed in the era of Christmas, it's like it takes, if you don't take it, it could take away Jesus being the reason, you know. But then we will enjoy regardless, you know.
Yeah, that's why
thanking our Lord for coming.
Exactly. There's a program coming, yes, on 24th, 25th, 26th. Yeah, the reason of the season, Jesus. Exactly. Yeah. But you see, yeah, right. The enjoyment you see, they are doing that, and not because of probably Jesus is missing. Jesus is still there, but they are just celebrating the joy Jesus came to give to us.
Nice.
Exactly. So when you go to Takrady 25th December, all your Kofi cannot tabakacho. Into 25th, so many got Takrady.
So if you see Clement in the club, he's there celebrating Jesus. So he's not doing bad things.
We'll go out this Christmas. Yeah, we're born saying.
You know, and Christmas season comes with the kind of traffic that human being cannot even fathom. Hey, especially from now till 25th or even to the end of December, there's going to be a lot of traffic around the airport area because people are coming in and things. And the toll it takes on just general movement, Uber fares are going to be way up. The church drivers are going to be flexing us more. That's the part of Christmas that I live in town.
It's even good that you've brought this up so it can just, you know, gear us into our conversation. Before you come in with the Farmers Day, I have a concern that I want to raise now so that something will be done about it. 2 days ago...
Raise it, my dear.
2 days ago, I visited a relative at the 37 military hospital and that was after work. Yeah. So I left there around 5:36 and then I headed towards the 37 bus station. When I got there, I thought a crusade was being held or something, like we were watching a movie or something, because the number of people over there, and I couldn't see any car, any commercial vehicle. It was just full of people standing there. So I approached someone and then I was like, what's happening? They are waiting for vehicles. There are no cars. The drivers are saying they will not drive in the night. And I was like, why? They said the passengers do not want to pay their prices. The prices they have set. And like, I was just asking myself, the prices they charge in the afternoon and then the prices they charge in the evening.
Very different prices.
What happens in the evening? I don't understand. Is it not the same road? Well, with a touch of traffic.
That's why they call it rush hour. In that a lot of people, the day has ended, especially from 3 p.m. downwards. The day has ended for a lot of people. So the demand for the cars is higher. But then also there's a regulatory body that has determined the prices we should pay for your services. So why are you deciding we should pay something else? And it's not even that it is slightly higher. It's sometimes 100% increment. And it's unfair to us.
We don't even know what to do now because some are also saying that car owners are angry. They don't want to invest in the transportation business again because drivers are not being transparent. Mates. And I suspect the mates because they handle the money. But come on. This is your job. This is something you have chosen. It's just like we all doing our jobs. You have chosen to be a driver, to transport people from one place to the other. Why should we go through that stress? For we, the 9 to 5 people, it is hell. Look at the number of times or hours we spend in the office. After a stressful day, you want to go home and you're spending close to 2 hours at the station, standing or not even
before sitting in the traffic, another 2 hours.
And then you get home, you're expected to come back. Now, if you have your own car, it is not luxury. And now
cars is a necessity.
We should all crave to have cars because seriously.
No, but it will increase the congestion. So what we probably need is a better bus system. So we had Metro Mass buses.
Yes.
A lot of them are packed, rotting away. Every government that comes starts a
new station. There are so many of the Ayalolo buses.
Yes, we had. So we had what we used to call Kufor bus. That was the Metro Mass.
Yes.
Then we got, I think, the Ayalolo. We also now have the one by the former vice president.
Yeah.
Why not conglomerate everything into a bus system? We don't need it to be associated with, fine, yes, we've given the nicknames and all that, but in the end, it should be managed by one body, or even if it's a group of bodies, they should come together to manage these things. repair the needed buses, because the buses, as you're saying, that are parked there, how much would it cost to repair them? Employment for people. If we increase the number of buses on our roads, the pressure would be eased, especially on the church drivers.
Yes.
Then they themselves would the
pressure on them.
No, the pressure in the sense that, especially in the evenings, when the rush hour is there, sometimes even before these price hikes were also became a problem, you can see that sometimes it takes a while to get a car at a certain point. And now, if we have the buses too, pedestrians have options. So if the church drivers are misbehaving in this sense right now, and we have the buses, enough buses working, or at least adequate buses, pedestrians can also choose that option. They would also look at the fact that they are running at a loss and probably fix up,
the prices,
or have discussions with their stakeholders to be able to come to a resolution about these things. But for every government to come and go, and all we waste money on buses. These buses don't even get any proper care and maintenance. It is not right. It is just causing financial loss to the state.
I want to speak for the people of Ablekuma. They are weeping. They are crying. When you go to Circle, the Ablekuma station, and you see the number of people there. Recently, a lot of people have built over there, and so accommodation over there is very affordable. So a lot of people are moving to that direction. Same as Pokwase, Amasamai. So these buses can also go
if we
there.
have enough buses, they should spread. On behalf of Oyarifa people, as I say, we are also weeping. Because, as you said, now these drivers, what they do, so the fare from, let's say, Medina to Oyarifa is about 5 cedis, based on where you're going. So if you go ahead of Oyarifa, then it increases. Now they will load to taxi rank. That's about, give or take, halfway. That's for 5 cedis. Before they start loading it. So in the end, you pay twice the amount. And somebody has budgeted their life to the penny. You come and cause this problem for them. It's unfair. So I don't know which bodies would need to engage these.
Yesterday, I took a video, or I saw a video of that. I sent it to the producer. Can we have a display?
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, our viewers can have a feel of what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah. Clement, you can come in. Yeah. So that is the 37 station, and you can see. And even just here, Tema Station.
We heard that somebody abandoned a baby because the child was born with cleft lip, and
even at Tema Station, you could also see the same thing there. The Teshi Labadi people, Nungwa, they are also crying.
When you come to Medina, sometimes you will be chasing the car so much that you may end up walking to Atomic Junction just to try to get a car. And that's quite a distance to walk. You're already tired. And sometimes these drivers, the cars are empty. Oh, more coin, they will not mind you. And there's also another thing we should consider. These shadow boys. I don't know. These shadow boys, they intimidate the drivers and mates even more than the drivers and mates. They act like they own the cars. And so sometimes they don't want them to shadow them, so they don't want to tell us that, we are going here, because they'll start shouting and demanding money, try to fight with them. And all these things need to be kept. Is it because of unemployment? Because, there's always a reason for some of these things, but isn't there anybody that can try to reduce the impact of these shadow boys or clear them from the stations?
Okay, I think I want to come in here.
Okay, please.
When you talk about transportation system in the country, which ministry is responsible? Ministry of Transport. They are responsible for transportation and its related matters. And when we are talking about the issue of drivers charging 100% and 50% than the usual price or the cost that they are supposed to take. What is the reason? The reason is that they assume that in the evening, during that time, there's a lot of traffic on the road. So they assume the kind of fuel they would use during the hours that they will be in traffic. Yes, so they try to double the fare for ordinary Ghanaian to suffer. But you see, the problem we have in this country, I'll always say, and other school of thought say that it is not a problem that needs to be solved by government. Situation like this, do you need the law enforcement agency to come in to seize your vehicle to know that what you are doing is not right? Situation we find ourselves. Do you need the police, Yeah, we don't need the NTTD or whatsoever. We don't need GPRTU to come in with their task force or whatsoever to make sure that you charge the right thing. So you, the drivers who are doing that, if you go out that you are buying fuel from these filling stations, and they also tell you that now it's evening, we are not selling the gallon of fuel at 50 cedis in the morning as you used to buy, but we also selling at 100 Ghana cedis. What will you do? You now come back and blame government,
They will
or
end
what
up
will you come back to do?
translating that to us too.
So is it anything we do as a human being? Let's look at the ripple effect of what we do.
Yeah.
Because now you are letting ordinary Ghanaian pay more than that. What if the spare parts dealers
They also
recently
do the
we
same.
cried that they should reduce their prices, and they have done it. So if you are charging abnormal prices, what if they also decide to increase their price times 2? What if the oil you use to service your car also decides to increase their prices times 2? What happens to the fuel you buy? Also decides to increase their prices times 2. And also the car owners that we have also decides to increase their sales times 2. Look at the ripple effect you, the driver and the mate you are going to have. And all these things will now end up coming back to the ordinary Ghanaian to suffer. What is the way to go? The way to go is one. As ordinary citizen who wants the country to work, change your ways. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with one of our colleagues, and he said something that no matter the kind of president who comes to power, no matter what he do, if the ordinary Ghanaian does not change his ways, the reset will never happen.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. Look at the situation we are facing now. Now, we are talking about the issue of transport, that is government transport system, Ayalolo and all this kind of stuff. When you go to other parts of, even in Accra, some parts, these ILO buses were sent there, but ordinary Ghanaians were not patronizing it. Why? Because they say it delays. It takes a wider time before it gets to your destination because of the traffic. So they end up abandoning it. But today, when you are on your way to Koko, we have ILO bus stop there. You see a queue, very long queue, and all these people are waiting for the bus. So I think in as much as one government is supposed to play its role, in as much as stakeholders are supposed to play its role, ordinary Ghanaians, what are we doing to support this kind of cause? Yes, last 3 days, the transport minister was talking about the fact that the electric bus that you mentioned, which was being procured under the administration of the outgone president, 10 of them were released. 90 are yet to be released. It was supposed to be 100, but 10 is out, 90 is yet to come. So we expect government also to fast track all these kind of things. We know Metro Mass is saying they are going to purchase more than 500 Metro Masses.
But what about the ones that need the maintenance?
I'm even coming there within this time frame. So let's fast track all these kind of things. What is delaying? Yaira, what is the way to go to solve the issue of traffic? It's railway system. It's railway system. That is the way to go. When you go to other parts of the country, it's railway system that they are using. So what is happening to our railway system? We heard of rail. They are bringing a new what do you call Skytrip and all these kind of things. What is the way to go now? What has happened? We are in a country where a government comes to power, starts a new initiative, billions of money goes to it. At the end of the day, nothing to show for it. And we have that kind of cycle. At the end of the day, we are the ones suffering.
Yeah, and you know, with the buses, sometimes it's very, very unattractive when you see people with their loads in it, and like the fish, the meat. Yes, they are going to the market, we understand. So I think another thing they can do is maybe designate some of these buses for cargo, where the market women and men who have their loads being transported can use that bus. Then the ordinary pedestrians, you can also have buses that they will be, patronizing, so that these things will, because like you're saying, you're on your way to work and now somebody is loading their fish and, let me just say their wares into the bus. That might take about 10 minutes or something before the bus decides to move and all of that. So I think they may just have to do a whole overhaul of the bus system and try to re-strategize so that we can get better because there's also smart transit that has also come. They are doing very well, but we need more of that. Like you're saying, the buses by the outgone government is just 10. How many people in Accra can it serve?
So, Era, I think let me transition since it's all about Christmas, exactly, and we're advocating that we need to eat Ghana, everything Ghana. So this is the time we don't want to see already made. Me, my what I'm wearing is made in Ghana. Yes, what I'm wearing is
frock with the hat in
this time we should go in for GTP. We should go in for HTL. We should go in for all these kind of things. They are just the offices of exactly. These are the things we expect when you're going to give to your mom something this very festive season. You see, mommies, they love to wear things of like they cherish something like a cloth. Get a nice ATO, get a nice wax material, get a very wonderful one. Let's stop getting the imported materials from other countries. We need to eat Ghana. So this year, Farmers Day theme is Feed Ghana, Eat Ghana, and Secure the Future. So we want to secure the future of our country. So this Xmas season, all what they are telling us is that let's eat Ghana, and it is happening in Ho this time around. And Ho is hosting it for the second time in 6 years. Okay. That is the National Farmers Day. It's happening over there. The Agriculture Fest started on 1st December, and it's ended, that is God willing, tomorrow. And I think last 2 years, we saw it happening in the ministerial enclave over here. But this time around, since everything is being done in Ho, everything is happening also there. Not only in Ho, but all regional capitals also will be doing theirs, and it will go down to district level. So what we can see is for the Ashanti region. What we can see there is for the Ashanti region. We can see the regional minister himself over there, and there are members of parliament and other stakeholders being involved. So, as we said, feed Ghana, eat Ghana, and secure the future. This is the time that I think the Ministry of Agric wants to understand that, one, and Koko Nkete is part of this initiative. So everybody should move into Koko Nkete initiative. Let's grow backyard garden. This Christmas, instead of you going to the market to buy all those kind of food, and at the end of the day, after festive season, you need to go to the hospital, do all that kind of stuff. You need to have your backyard garden. Like by this time, you just go back there. You want to contomere, want to tomatoes. Exactly. Now they are here.
How can we have a backyard garden when lands are being sold left, right, center?
The whole house is down.
You can have your building here, and then behind you, somebody's building something
the
taller.
person's breathing down your neck.
You can literally hear your neighbor sneeze. Like that is the building system we have in this country. How can we have backyard gardens?
I think we need to get a guest who would teach us something about that.
I love what Yaira said. You see, now our buildings, I don't know whether it is luxury, whether that makes
premium,
people
luxury apartments.
Exactly. Into Obia tile in the field. Obia the pavement blocks and sell it here. But at least nanka what tile kakra, jai kakra. Now they're tomatoes ne sanya mano. Sometimes you go to some homes, you see mango tree there, you see orange tree there, and sometimes you sit under the tree, what's a fresh air.
The issue is not with the landlord or the landlady, it's with the tenants. They make life easy for us. Yes, because if you have to wake up and be sweeping using the short broom, it's a whole lot.
Because, when you experience that maybe you live in a home where there are about 4 or 5 trees, no part of the compound is paved, and a baby has a baby now one sauce.
So,
mommy penny what is that?
So yeah, I get the point you're coming from. But all what you're trying to say is that at least if you want to put your own apartment, try to leave some small portion for this kind of stuff. You can be doing fish farming there. You can be doing all these kind of petty things. And like Farmers Day like this tomorrow, like we expect everybody to eat very local. Let's go local dishes.
Yeah.
If it's God, if it is
to eat local from morning to evening.
Exactly. I'm
should I tell you the list?
Tell me the list.
So in the morning I'll take Koko. Koko with granuts. And then in the afternoon Gary Sokins. I'm eating Gary. And then in the evening Omutsu with peanut soup.
No.
Right. But that being said, as you're also saying that we should leave some space, where the actual soil is visible, so that it can also check the issues of flooding. Because sometimes when it rains, the water, it needs to go into the soil, all of that. So, yes, it's beautiful to have your home tiled and whatnot, but let us also take care of ourselves. When the tiles are preventing the water from sinking in, it is your home that will get flooded.
It's true.
Yes. So let's keep that in mind also. I think from what we learned in our Greek back in school, sometimes when you go to the marshlands, there are some plants, these shrubs, they help to check the water levels and things like that. These plants, these trees that we have in our homes are also going to play those kinds of roles. So maybe let's bring back that vibe. And even now in Accra, all the time, the sun is so scorchy and we don't understand. It's because half the time the trees are being cut.
It's true.
And the trees always bring us some sort of coolness. They prevent the sun from directly scorching you and all of that. So let's bring that back in our homes. You can start with some pot planting and all that and then move into something bigger. Let us also go green as we are securing the future. I want to ask about the Farmers' Day thing. Usually when we hear of these farmers being awarded, it's usually those who are into the crop, mostly crop, at least from the little I've seen so far. What about those in the animal husbandry and the aquaculture? Yes. Do they also get this kind of recognition?
Exactly. So mostly we have agriculture. There is a fair they also have for the fisheries. I remember last 2 years, myself and Mimi went to Independence Square to cover that story.
Yeah.
So at that point, they also award the best either fisherman or fisherwoman. That they also have some kind of thing, and it's being handled by Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think this time around, I believe they are either doing it one together, and they are going to award both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be doing that.
Right. So if you want to go into farming, very soon we'll have a guest here to come and help us to set up. If it's animal husbandry, if it's aquaculture, if it is crop as well, you can stay tuned for that. One of these days we will bring somebody to teach us so that we can start our backyard gardens. Then I can monitor Miriam and her tomato farm. Now moving on, still on the farm issues, there is a farm in the northern region that is gaining some traction, or it has gone viral.
Yeah.
And here it says Northern Region sees first thriving cocoa farm in Salnaili. Please, is it correct?
You tried.
Okay, I tried. Thank you. Now, a cocoa farm in Salnaili, Nanumba North Municipality, is thriving, defying the notion that cocoa can't grow in northern Ghana. Farmer Mohamed Inchala pioneered the cultivation, and his success has drawn national attention. The Ghana Cocoa Board, that is Koko Board, has taken notice, assessing the farm and pledging support, including building a house for Nchala and providing a motorbike. The farm's success could transform the local economy, create jobs, and open opportunities for the youth. So that's what's happening. The North is able to support cocoa planting, and that's an amazing feat, considering the fact that we tend to have myths about these things. We think the North, usually those of us here in the South, when we hear about the North, we think it's some desert land and not a lot is going on there. But this is actually something good, considering the fact that the cocoa farms in the southern areas of the country are being overtaken or overridden by galamsey issues. I mean, attention to the North and, boosting our cocoa industry in the country, it could work.
Yeah, I think it's in line with this morning's quote. Can you remind me?
Go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
It's never crowded. You see, I like people who like to explore, who like to be innovative, try out new things, something that has never been done. I like people like that.
Yeah.
And this young man has proved that. Okay, well, I don't know whether he's a young man, but he has proved that something like cocoa can come from the North. And I'm happy about the support, the Ghana Cocoa Board is intending to give him. This should also be a sign to any other person across the country that now that those that are capable of bringing cocoa to us are being overtaken by illegal miners, you can also start exploring.
Yeah.
What can I do? In the Volta region, what can I do to bring something to support, development in our country? Then you also realize that there is something you can do that is not being done anyway.
Yeah, you know, the aspect of the myth area is what I like very much, in that we are told that apples cannot grow in this part of the world.
Yeah.
And the price is, so I was even inspired to try maybe planting an apple seed and grapes.
Okay.
Because you want to eat grapes, they will remove 5 for you, and that is about 50 cedis. If, you know, people use this as inspiration to try things, because you don't necessarily need to only plant in the soil for it to germinate. There are other ways to also cultivate these things. So maybe we can take up these initiatives and go into investing into the exotic fruits and vegetables, and then we can boost our economy as well. So I'm going to be trying the apples and grapes.
We can't wait.
Wish me luck.
I think it's a good thing, and this is actually, well, I say, in line with the celebration, Farmers' Day celebration. It has brought a new thing. I will call it a new grace or a new chapter in the cocoa season.
And because, in the north.
Exactly, because as you said, we have been told that cocoa can't grow in the north. Why? Because of the temperature, the environmental conditions over there. So cocoa can't really grow over there. And we know the northern part to be a place full of the temperature is very high, the sun,
Savannah area.
Exactly. So having a report like this, that the northern part has seen the first cocoa being grown there, that tells us that indeed some of the things they tell us that it cannot function, as Mimi and yourself are saying. When you put in that effort, it will be able to function. And Cocoa Board coming into this very initiative tell us that Cocoa Board is trying to motivate all the people in the northern sector. That if this very man has been able to grow cocoa for it to succeed, let me say it has succeeded in its process, then why can't you all also try it over there? So I think it's a good thing. And they need to give him more support that he needs, in as much as Cocoa Board is giving him motto and all those kind of things. They need to support him, visit his farm gradually, because we know the temperature there is not really conducive. So anything that he deserves for the farm to grow so much, they need to be given to him. One thing we should put on record is that the northern part is seen as the farm hub. In the whole country. That is where we get a lot of agricultural input from. That is the northern part. That is where all the grains are being grown from. Being it maize, millet, rice, is from the northern part. So we're seeing this cocoa come from the northern part tells us that indeed there are more things that we can tap from the northern part of the country, because we have vast land over there. So the agric ministry is also supposed to pick it up pick this thing up and also invest more into the northern part. And let's see, now cocoa prices is going high in the world market, but our our exports, the actual tons we need to export has sometimes been reducing. Let's add the northern part on, and let's see it increasing. I think that's the way to go.
And we also stand the risk of what's happening with the global south and the global north, where the global south supplies the global north with raw materials, and then they are left impoverished. They are brought. They bring the. They come and receive the finished goods. We as Ghanaians, or Ghana as a country, should also be mindful of that. If we are relying on the north so much, and yet a lot of development is not, targeted at that end, it becomes the same cycle, and we're always taking from them, taking everything, but then we are not putting anything there to improving. And then also the education issue I wanted to touch on is that all these myths and things, if we are educated properly, where our school systems are empowered, our students could come up with innovative ideas like this, that, okay, even though this has never happened before, why don't I try it? And so we may have to beef up our education too for the students, the little ones coming up, because sometimes when they are in school, the dreams they have of trying something, sometimes we see these, I don't know if you saw that fashion thing where somebody sold a dress that could be turned into a car. All of these things, somebody has that talent somewhere, but is at home because they don't have proper education. So we may also have to deal with our education so that these myths and things don't continue to cripple us forever.
I also want to add that anytime you mention the northern part of Ghana, there is always this perception, even before we started discussing it, you said it, that, we see the northern part as underdeveloped and all that. And now the pressure is coming down here, down south. And it is affecting every aspect of the economy.
Yeah.
We were just talking about transportation, food prices, accommodation, everything. So why don't we channel the conversation to developing the northern part of Ghana, pushing, major initiative or events up there, building more schools, making the place very attractive. Now, we've seen that cocoa can be planted there. How are we contributing to making it sustainable over there so that it's not just one farmer, but thousands of farmers are also venturing into this? So let's look at how we can develop the northern part so that there will be a balance. Because the pressure here is too much. Seriously, this transportation issue we're talking about, even if they bring more buses, they do whatever they do, the pressure is too
much. The roads cannot take...
Secondary school students are about to complete, and everyone wants to come to Accra. Why? Because they see
this
Accra
is where the money is.
No, the money is here. But trust me, there's no money in Accra.
You see, you even gone far to the secondary schools, basic schools, when they are in school and they are also commuting, the traffic is worse than when they are on vacation.
The pressure is affecting everyone. When I see kids struggling to go to school every morning.
You see kids at 5 a.m.
Even today, when the bus came for us at 4 something, a man was standing by the roadside with his daughter. I don't know whether it's his daughter, but she had school bags, lunch box and all that. And I was like, 4:30.
4 a.m.
Where are you going to?
But these children usually, I think at time we wake up at 6, by 7, they're ready.
Some of us don't have to wake us up, son.
So, let me say a last thing to say about this cocoa. The person who actually did this is called Mohammed Yankila, and he planted this seed in 2012. 2012, yes. 2012.
Cocoa farming is not a 2-day thing.
It was an acre, 1.5 to 2 acres of farm. He experienced a lot of losses, but he kept pushing. That is the part I wanted to bring in. He experienced a lot of losses. Sometimes, if you've witnessed cocoa planting before, would you a bit to me ashe?
How?
Yes, a bit to me ashe. She also sounds so dear for a bit to me ashe. So look at 2012 till 2025, 13 good years. 13 good years. And reports from agric sector will tell you that cocoa trees nearly need 5 to 7 years, and it's ready for harvest. And someone has been able to cultivate it for almost 13 good years. That should tell you.
That should be our best farmer.
Exactly.
We should
and I know he might go into the records of
he should be
of cocoa board in the northern part. So right, you can take it.
So we have a comment here by Barrister Kojo. I think it's about the transportation conversation that we had, and it says here, people who are physically strong and have 2 legs are even struggling to get cars these days and have to walk in groups. What about those who are physically challenged, some in wheelchairs, the aged, and those who need to be somewhere at a particular time? Because of the stress and pain, people do not even care for these people anymore, unlike before when they would be considered. Not forgetting students as well. It is now a tug of war and the survival of the fittest. This is very bad and something needs to be done about it. I think the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection should also join this fight since they are responsible for the vulnerable in the country. I think we should advocate for more regulated bus stops and seats like what we have at Kwashiman KFC. By the way, yogurt is now 4 cedis, 50 pesos. So this is basically about the vicious cycle we are in. Everything keeps...
Let me take us into our next trending story. I saw it yesterday and I just want us to talk about it. So the National Service Scheme is saying that they are going to shut down their registration system and on this coming Friday because half of this year's deployed NSS personnel are yet to register. They can't wait for them. So I think about 50% of the NSS personnel have registered, and have accepted that they are going to their posted areas or organizations or institutions. And then the others are also not registering. So that is the concern. And I've been wondering, Our time, it wasn't like that. Well, I don't know. I didn't hear of anything like that.
We were
eager to,
because we wanted to go and work at important or good places so that they retain us.
So why do we have about 50% of NSS personnel yet to register? Is it that they do not like the places they've been posted to? Because I know you are given an option to select the regions, and then what you studied at school, so that they give you something related to that. So why are they not registering? What is the exact problem? We don't really get it. And some are also saying that they write to companies that they want to come there and do their national service, and then the companies reject them. Others are also saying that, yes, the NSS will post about 20 people to an organization and they are just accepting 10 people. What about the other 10? Where are they going to? So I don't know if the problem is with the system itself, the NSS system, the individuals like the personnel, or the other side, which is the organization or institutions. Because if you know you can just accommodate 10 people, why don't you come forward and tell NSS that, oh, this year we just want 10 people, rather than allowing NSS to send 20 people and then you reject.
Have to send,
how do you even select the 10 people out of the 20? Do you do that based on physique, academics, IQ?
It's who they know, please. But you know, there should be some liaison between the institutions and the National Service Secretariat or National Service Authority. Because as you're saying, if we've posted maybe 20 people to Clock TV and Clock TV has a capacity for just 5, the authority should know beforehand so that they know how many people to post here.
So I'm coming. Before you come in, I saw an interview with the director herself, and she was saying that they've asked institutions to bring their number of people they want, but I think about 20% did that. The rest, no, informal.
So
what's happening then?
That's a question. What is happening?
Is it because
then?
of the scandals?
So I think I want to pick it from that angle. Because over the years, this is not what we experience. Is that because of the recent...
Okay, Clement, hold on. Okay. We have a caller on the line. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for calling the Koko Digest Morning Show. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Please, my name is Gideon. I'm calling from Maya. Hello?
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Please go ahead. We'd like to hear you.
Okay. Because I mean, I've been far more discussions. I hope say if I speak to you, it will be okay.
Sure, I.
Anyway, maybe
transport.
Okay, about the transport system. The transport system. Then I need to say, the ministries are you aka mudu do say na buses are omutimi di fa omo workers. Imagine say me yeduma ministry metima here. The ministry no basa. I can join them around Bayard and answer maybe La Paz or whatever. But because most of these ministries, ain't share them need good transport system. Metimania, I was only join a car from Hakusi Accra, maybe Nama walking to any ministry and the but some was having a very reducing crowd now, a possible stations, and the ministries in so and aside that, other big companies in this one they should try some provide transport system workers, because most of us now they use more of these companies in other ministries, you now join it market women, Serena, the more cash maybe Nippon or market, a money now we have a journey, a little bus or whatever, and said I nice. Imagine say the aggressivity will set issue. Now maybe I'll join him trotro, no we did now. And I say, oh, no free market. You can imagine. Those ministries name or big companies, provide transport system. And more workers, a bus, a bema, those things in the Swatikaka. And the last one I'm going to count. I'm so video now what they have to for cocoa farm and they will not know. A good idea, but it seems I've been to the north several times, but video no mushu no. Maybe I'm sorry to say, when checking on past me, I don't believe say a north ankasa. Maybe you meet me, I be bisadia, I'm a but someone checking you, and you're north ankasa.
Yeah, that's super. Thank you very much. So, in short, our viewer or our caller says that these companies the companies where we work, the ministries, all these other companies that have employees, should also think of providing transport systems for their employees, to go to the various vantage points to help them out. As the employees will also be boarding the general public transports to come to work and go home as well. All of this contributes to some of the problems. So this would also help to ease some of the pressure on some of the employees. And this is something I think we all agree with.
100% with our chests.
And then also he's saying that, just like we're talking about the myths of, our general culture and everything, he's saying that he does not believe that the cocoa farm is really in the north, so we should go and check.
That is what I wanted to rectify.
What he said is that the video, he didn't say he does not believe.
The
video we showed on the screen is just footages, pictures that we've made. The actual video from the northern part is not what we are showing. We are just merging cocoa farmers and all the things.
So that's
but there is a picture, there's a picture that you can see as part of the video where the cocoa board officials were having interaction with the man himself. That picture is from the northern part. But the other part of the video was just a video to just make the conversation interesting. But it is really from the northern part of the country.
So that being said, as we heard from a caller, this is to inform you that the phone lines are open. So we would like to hear your thoughts on the transportation system, the Farmers' Day celebrations coming up, and also the new cocoa farm that we're hearing of in the northern region, and any other stories trending that you'd also like to share with us. If you also have any suggestions for our leaders and stakeholders, please do well to call and let us know. You can also send your text messages to our WhatsApp number displayed onto your screens or to the YouTube and Facebook live stream. Now, back to the conversation. NSS. Another thing I'm also thinking of is that there has been talk of a decline in students' attitude to academics in general. I don't know if it's since the banning of corporal punishment, but it seems as if general attitude to academics has dropped. And the fact that a lot of students know that they can still get to access education whether or not they study. And these were some of the conversations we were having, that then we shouldn't just be churning everybody out just like that. Because I remember this is a personal experience where my younger sibling was talking about assignments in the university, and some of her course mates were saying they told the lecturer that they don't have laptops, so they didn't do their work. Our time, how dare you? You are afraid. You have the fear of God in you that you will do anything you can to get the assignment done. But it's like there seems to be that
and we can see the reflection.
And it's translated into other aspects like the national service now. Because why is it that somebody has finished university or is finishing university and does not see the need to register themselves for national service?
There was this video of a young girl I even saw on TikTok trending. I know it's for trends, but maybe she meant it. She captioned it, choose between national service and being a DJ. And she was just DJing on TikTok, having fun and everything. But it is creating an impression that national service is so stressful. It is hell. There's nothing you get from it. And so let me just be a DJ.
Right. Okay, so holding on to that, we have another caller on the line. Hello.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Pacha, udini baby ao free.
My favorite housewife, friend me, Abby.
Okay, Pacha, you see it here, the opposite.
Hello, good morning. Your friend me, Abby, make a favorite housewife. Na a person me can't craft transportation. I said, yeah, na
yɛn ho transport no ɛnyɛ saa sɛdeɛ mɔmɔ ka no radio no so na ɛnyɛ saa koraa na ɛteɛ ɛgyɛ sɛ companies na ka big companies na say ka wɔn mpɛ buses no bi na ka ɛmfo wɔn passengers no first na bebree yɛ adi nti na wɔn agyae wɔn ntumi cost no meaning pharmaceutical ayi bi a mɛmɛ wɔ into transportation yɛn yɛfa wɔn nuro mekɔ hɔ nom ma wɔn atɔ big ayi trucks bebree wɔ hɔ nom a esisi hɔ wɔn sisi yɛ paa wɔn de bɛmɛ ama yɛatɔ because wɔn bɛfa wɔ yɛn yɛ hɔ no a ɛyɛ cheaper sen sɛdeɛ wɔn ankasa ran ne wɔn deɛ no sɛdeɛ wɔn ankasa ran ne wɔn deɛ nti sɛdeɛ mo ka no buses na mo kɔ sɛ companies mo deɛ mpa mo ntɔ buses no then fa ayɛ 2 years ɛkɔ workshop 1 2 bɛ nso wɔn ntumi no wɔn apaaki na mo pa saa government ayi buses na wɔn apaaki no mo pa mo fa ma individuals wɔn ntumi ran ya because SCC mekɔ hɔ some time ago yɛde wɔn nya program bi na mekɔ hɔ wɔn wɔ lawyers managers ɛwɔ hɔ nom ni pay a wɔn mu di no koraa no the bus individuals wɔwɔ car 10 a wɔne no drivers nko ara na ɛyɛ adwuma nti wɔtumi nya sika no bi de to hɔ na wɔn kotua lawyer ka kotua manager ka kotua wese ka mpanyinfo egu office hɔ nom no nyinaa koraa no wɔn mo draining into the cars ayi iti sɛ yɛka sɛ wɔn nya a ɛnya adeɛ a ɛyɛ yi bi saa sɛdeɛ trɔtrɔfoɔ yɛ no ibedamase yɛ no sɛ yɛ anamɔ nwene ho na mɔhwɛ because if say the whole Ghana we yɛ adeɛ a ɛwɔ control price a ɛyɛ transport pɛ na ɛwɔ control price yɛaka no nyinaa will be ayɛ deɛ ɔpɛ ɛso transport mɔmɔ nyɛ biribi kaprɛsi si abunsa na aba
Thank you very, very much. So he's also saying that the companies also, I think even in the ministries, yes, there used to be a time past where there were buses for the employees, but, with time that has also reduced or declined greatly, and it's because of the cost. And so, it's not that easy. And even if they are looking into it, maybe they can also try to engage individuals to run it for them and all that. And I think it is true. So maybe, what about if the employees are paying for the bus to take them?
Yeah, right. I think the caller speaking has it coming from one perspective.
Yeah,
exactly.
And we came from another perspective.
That is what I wanted to make. Maybe the approach of managing the transport system was not the best. So we can look for a different approach. Yeah. We have some ministries who are still using the transport to pick up their workers to work every morning. So let the other ministries and let the other organizations learn from such people so that we see the way
even
forward.
With us, we've experienced buses picking us up every morning for I think close to 2 years.
Right.
We haven't.
Hold on. I think we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost the caller. Yes, as you were saying.
Let me the NSA story. I wanted to make the background of the NSA.
Sure.
You see, I was making a point that what is the reason why recently about 50% have not registered? Over the years, it's never like that. Is it because of the scandal? Is it because of they've changed the registration process? Is it because it's now tedious for people to register on what is really happening? So in as much as they are giving a deadline to the personnels to register by Friday, 12 December, let's look at the reason why personnel are unable to register. People had their postings very late. I know of colleagues who had their postings very late. People postings came as early as the first week of November. And as at then, others were not having their posting. So we should look at all these kind of things. Though NSA is telling us that they were supposed to start service on 3rd November 2025. That was the official date they were supposed to start their service. But why is that as at now, people have not started? That is the conversation. And the conversation is why. What is the need for someone to do national service? That is another conversation NSA should pick up. It's not only about the person registering. Why is the person supposed to register? Why is the person supposed to do national service? Are we losing the essence of national service? Or what else? So I think these are some of the issues. I want to say something. I think there's a caller.
We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling the Koko Digest Morning Show. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Isaac. I'm calling from Awishi. So, Once again, good morning to you, audience. The whole idea of the national service, from my
Please
perspective,
speak up a little.
come again?
Can you speak up a little?
Okay. So I'm saying the whole idea about the national service, from my perspective, is quite unfortunate that personnel are not registering. The whole thing has to do with, you go to one institution and then you are told, we've exceeded the number of people we are supposed to pick. Meanwhile, national service has posted you there. You now have to go for, reposting. So you end up going through a whole lot of stress for the reposting. This also puts a little bit of trial on the personnel. So they prefer to, do things on their own than to, involve in the national service scheme. Also, some personnel also feel like, look, why will I stress myself to take this amount of money whilst I can start something on my own? You can be doing your service for about 6 months without salary. And also, what you are meant to study on the job, you are doing something different. Some even do go to the side of running errands. Some do personal things for other people. And the funny thing is they ask themselves after here, what else? Sometimes you sacrifice for which we recognize in the company and then get employment at the end of your service. But at the long run, you are like, okay, thank you for your service, and they just lay you off and then taking a new set of people. So it's all about the dynamics of what the service is actually impacting into you. Because the whole idea of the service is for you to know what the world or what the institution or the right word for it is, what the economy is actually expecting of you to bring forward. Or also get some form of experience, and then you can add to your CV and then get employment somewhere else. So if the whole idea of the national service is well structured and telling the institution to let the kids or let the personnel get the hand-on experience that they need to get at the end of the service, actually it would go a long way to help students. That's when they graduate from the institutions and then get their hand-on experience to better themselves.
Okay, thank you very, very much for your submission.
So I think let me finish my point. I think that's what I was trying to make is exactly where the caller was trying to arrive at. The need for one to do national service. What is the need? Because for someone to show interest in what you are doing, you should. Our manager always tell us, why principle? Why should I do my national service? That is the first question. Why should I fill the form? Is it because it's a norm? We find ourselves in a country where things have become norm.
Very bad things.
Yes, let me do it because it's mandatory for me to do. If I don't do it, I'll not get employment. That's why people are doing it. Let's rate the 100% personnel and just ask them, why are you doing it? Because it's compulsory. They will not tell you the essence of the national service. And many of the youths even don't know the essence of national service. You see, the caller made a point that one of the reasons could be that maybe he knows of his colleagues who have completed national service and they're sitting home for about 5 years, 6 years. They went to an institution, sacrificed all what they would sacrifice. By the end of the day, even the institution to tell them goodbye, even you've come to, you did a good job, they don't receive it. And you see, we have what we call the intrinsic motivation for ordinary human being. If you want someone to do better on what he's doing, the person doesn't need money. Neither does the person need a car from you. What the person needs is, you've done well. Yara, you are doing well. Oh, you are speaking very... That one alone would make the person do better than what the person is doing. But the issue is that what we see in the institutions personnel are being posted to. There's another issue of a point that when people are posted to institutions, they are not assigned to what they are supposed to do.
Yeah.
What they ask you to do, go buy gobe, go buy kinky, go bring this paper, go print this thing, go do this. Is that the essence of national service? So I think the National Service Authority have a lot of things to do. It's not only about posting personnel. It's not only about being there and doing the administrative work. They are supposed to carry on the educational mandate. Why NSS is mandatory, why the institutions need to accept the personnel when they are posted, and when they come, what are they supposed to do? You can be in an institution that for the past 3 months of your first international service, you just be sitting down reading graphic. You just be sitting down doing nothing.
Pressing phone.
You just be sitting down pressing phone. So you see, he made a point. When someone realized this, it's better I stay home and start doing my own business. Already, people are doing their own business online. They are doing and they are earning something. People will say that at the end of the day, you are giving me 715 or something like that. But at the end of the day, I can do another job who will give me about 3 times what I'm doing. What are we trying to tell the national service personnel? So we are trying to tell them that in as much as it's mandatory, know the essence why you are supposed to do national service. And we are telling them to register as the NSA is saying. It is a service to the nation. At least you're bringing your one, someone bringing the two would make the country grow. So moving forward, we expect them to just abide by it. But NSA need to do education. Institutions need to accept personnel when they come. Institutions need to give personnel the right role when they come on the job, not just for errands purposes.
I think I would have to counter a few things Clement said.
Okay, let's have it.
So with education, I think NSA, they still educate people during our time.
But our time
I'm
was
coming.
years ago.
It's still there. They still educate. Before you register, they do something like an orientation.
Yeah.
They tell you what to do, what to expect, and all that. And so the education is being done. Clement also mentioned that the caller said someone after national service is still in the house has not been posted. You not being posted, you not getting a job after national service is not dependent on the national service. Maybe it is from your personality or what you like, you not putting yourself, like, I don't know how to put it, availing yourself for jobs, because the jobs that are there, they will not work to you. You have to go for the jobs. And so if after national service you're in the house and you've not gotten a job, don't blame it on national service. It is a service. You're supposed to serve the country. It is mandatory. And also the caller made mention of the fact that some people decide not to do national service. They stay in the house and do their business. Well, let me tell you that national service is being backed by law. So under the National Service Authority Act 2024, Act 119, and the Ghana National Service Scheme Act 1980, Act 426, eligible citizens who avoid their national service obligation face severe penalties like criminal prosecution, inability to secure public sector employment, employer penalties, disqualification from public office, among others. So if only you want to work in a public sector, you have to go through national service. It is mandatory. You need to serve the country. Now, that is why you are being offered opportunities, or options, the region you want, where you want to work, or the kind of thing. They ask you areas, with regards to what you studied in school, so that they can post you somewhere related to what you studied. And so if you are posted and for the first 3 months, you feel you are not being active, you are not doing anything, the best thing to do is to go back to national service and report to them that, oh, you posted me to this organization and for the past 3 months, I'm just there. Or the management or leadership, because every organization will take you through an orientation. This is your boss. I know some organizations do not do that. This is your boss. This is the person you're supposed to report to. You go to the person, oh, for the past 3 months, I've been here doing nothing. I want to know what I'm supposed to do. But don't sit idle and expect that everything is being brought to you. You need to be served, like everything. No, you have to be, confrontational. You need to be asking questions. If you don't understand anything, just speak. But this Gen Z, like, we the Gen
Don't
Zs.
blame the Gen Z.
Yara, I think let me still. I want to come in if I'm permitted.
Okay.
You see, Mimi made a point that yes, we said we know it's backed by law. It's mandatory. My point is, making something mandatory doesn't mean it is profitable. It being mandatory doesn't mean it's profitable. That is my point I want to make.
So
it's being mandatory. It's being mandatory. What is the essence of it being mandatory? That is point number one. It doesn't mean that what it is in the law, since it is in the law, then we are supposed to actually go. You see, we have, aside what is in the law, let's be on aside what is in the books, let's talk about what is on reality, what is going down on grounds. Speak with national service personnel, go on grounds. So in as much as people go out there, put things together, have we engaged the personnel? Have we been to institutions to find out what they go through? People are posted to a place area, they are supposed to pay 100 Ghana cedis in and out. How much do you pay them? 715. What is the reality on ground? So these are the things that an ordinary Ghanaian would weigh, or a youth who is wanting to get better life in some years to come is weighing to see that, okay, if that's the case, then let me choose A and not choose B. We are not saying that we are... I'm coming. We are not saying that compulsory, or we are not saying that national service people shouldn't register. My point I'm trying to make is that let's make the thing very flexible. Let's make sure that if a personnel is posted to an institution, the person actually benefits. Let the person get the requisite skills he needs, so that even if he leaves the institution and goes to the job market, he can apply.
But so Kevin, what you're saying is not the responsibility of the NSA in that case. Exactly. It is the institution.
Who oversees national service?
So the NSA is
exactly
there. Now, when you are posted to the institution, like Miriam mentioned, and I was saying I was coming to that, most of these institutions nowadays don't have, orientation and the rest. But I'll put a pin in that. We have a caller on the line. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Pasha, would you need baby over for you?
Me Pasha Gideon, myself, Fred.
Okay, Pasha, me and you.
NSS for no, National Service Corps. And the only to me, any system in such a way that he said, let's say, the war Jesus, they call SS, or the school, like my teacher say, okay, me from me Jesus, my salary schools are we are Meko. They are SS. No SS or me university, my real university, I make a service. Once me want me funny, yeah, me ye winning now. And see, I want to me, I mean to me register or and to me really SS university and everything say right from maybe the next 2 months or the next 3 months, me me service or maybe one of these stations. I want to make service. By the time they are just a baby now, I say I register. Or what school now when you find a they should what system no from baby they should try something new. Everyone is on one I hand kaka. Like I inquire with deadline you say I also register where you say no. I want they know a brand new pan school or no register. We are the next 2 months or 3 months no meaning send it free they call Hana Quack service. And a service in this all the what do you call it? Various departments and our companies, they should make provisions say, okay, this year is for a form of ASA. And the next thing, the man to this company, the choir almost say, let's call the next company. And national service scheme, almost some system, it's a kick. They should try new things. Every applicants, one high on but I want to say.
They should try new things. Maybe even the registration process could start somewhere around SHS. But he mentioned after SHS.
No, he was making a comparison.
And it starts in uni. I think final year, second semester, the beginning. That's when you start to hear about these things, and then you start doing your registration. But this time, especially for this year, we heard that they had changed the websites. There was an overhaul of issues. Yes, because of the scandals. But we were talking about the fact that institutions also have a role to play in this thing, because the national service scheme originally, when you do your national service, in the company, usually there is retention available for you. That was back in the day. Yes, so that's why I use usually. Okay. So it was more likely to be retained, in the 90s, 19-somethings, before the 20s started. So now, especially with the way things are, there was even a year where there was an embargo on employment. all of these things also play a role in why retention is not exactly as common as it used to be some years back. And well, I was even coming to the fact that the orientation and things, institutions, these people have been brought to you. They are greenhorns from school. These people do not know anything about corporate work, administration, any of these things. Some of them, yes, we get to learn, because of university, you get to learn how to use the computer, how to do your PowerPoint presentations. All of those things are one aspect of preparation into the corporate world, into the world at large. But now they come here into the institutions and you also said that they are being sent on errands rather than being taught something. Even sometimes, even with employed people, instead of being understudied by one of the younger ones, you see that they hog all the work. These are all things that are happening, and it is not helping, because you said National Service Authority still does their orientation, but how many institutions actually have time for their employees, the NSS people, and actually orient them into the system? But before you come in, again, we have another caller. So hold on, Miriam, right after the caller, then you also give your submission. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Suhum, Eastern region.
Would like to hear you. Your name, please.
I'm Johnson.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, the National Service Secretariat, there's a huge problem which, when you do registration, for you to get your PIN number, it takes a number of months before you get your number. And when you are done, the place you choose to do your posting, when you go there, they will tell you, go to your region, go and do registration again. Yeah, to pick for another place where you can do your national service. They will be tossing you up and down, up and down, up and down, and you can never do your service. Meanwhile, you have your PIN. And when that you are not able to do it, you go back again. They will tell you to go to Accra, to go and do registration again, and even pay some amount of money. I think last year, when I was not able to do mine, they asked me to pay, I think, either 50 cents or so to do the registration again. And I was thinking why? Because I did my registration all right, I have my PIN, so give me a place to go into my service. And you didn't give me. You wasted all this time, and now I couldn't do it here. I'm coming back again. You said I could go to Accra and even go and do registration over there with another money which I have to pay. Why are they doing that? What is it for? Why is that all delays and then that is for you not to do your service on time? Why? These are the questions which they need to answer. So they will help the students who complete their school, their course on time to do their service, so that they will also go back to their workplace or get a new employment to work with.
Right. Thank you so much for your submission, Johnson. Yeah, grateful. Yes, Miriam.
So, according to the caller, it looks like this whole national service thing is not decentralized. It's still centralized here in Accra. The fact that you'd have to travel all the way from wherever to come to Accra to rectify an issue, I think they need to look into that, because just for posting. So I have to move all the way from north to Accra just to, please, I'm not done.
Let's be coming down.
Yes, I just want to counter something that the previous caller said, that people should be able to select their own places, prior to the actual time, so that they can be posted. It's cool. That privilege is also there for, let's say, individuals who have a place they want to go and work. You write to the organization, and then National Service will take it up from there. But how is it going to be challenging if everyone is being allowed to go to their own preferred place to go and work? This is a service. If your father has a company and you want to go and do your National Service Day, how are you going to be challenged to face the outside world?
I know you're asking a very crucial question, but we have another caller on the line. Hello?
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please?
Yes, my name is Isaac.
Could you please speak up a little?
Problem to ask.
Hello?
Yes. I have a problem with national service issues. And the other time I went for reposting, which they said they will work on it. But only for me to receive the reposting lesson was yesterday night. And then I learned closing down with you on Friday. But currently I went to Accra. So I don't know what to do now. I said, let me call to find out the solution that in which I will pass through. Thank you.
Okay. So the deadline is the 12th, yes, 12th of December. So there's still some time to get your registrations and everything around it done properly.
Then you have to move to Accra and then do that.
Yes.
But just as I was saying, Yaira, sometimes as individuals, we need to challenge ourselves. When you are in your comfort zone, you don't grow. You don't try new things. This morning, we're encouraging our viewers to try
go the extra mile.
Go the extra mile. Sometimes God has his own ways of, blessing us, but we don't know. We always want comfortable situations. We want things we are used to. Assuming that you did your national service and you are being posted to be a secretariat at a military camp or something, would you say you will not go? You would, because there are opportunities for you to easily become a military man. But that is not what you studied. You would have to go there, learn new things. How are things being done? At least if you are not retained, you've gotten an experience. That is what our national service personnel should be yearning for. The experience. Yes, we are not saying that when you go to organizations and they are sending you, that one is an experience. No, your mother sends you already, so you have your experience.
But you see, with regards to what you studied, you are in school because you have chosen a career path. Now, you cannot tell somebody who did, let's say, an engineering course, let me use mechanical engineering, that they should go and do their national service in a hospital as probably understudying a nurse. There is no correlation there.
No,
this is just an example.
You see, engineering service, car parts, human beings, so nurse.
But I'm just trying to draw a little bit of an analogy here.
Okay.
So yes, the experience of working with humans, there are some things to pick up and all of that. But this is one whole year of your life. Ideally, this mechanical engineering student should be learning the basics of working in a mechanical engineering environment rather than in a hospital. Notwithstanding, the experiences will be there. There are some things they can apply in their world and all of that. But now it's like NSS, I think it's almost likened to the SHS placements. You pick a region, you did a certain course, where they will put you. You wonder if truly it's God that is sending you there.
See, I want us to have this expectation, the perception of having an experience. See, you were telling us mechanical engineering and then you working
in a hospital or something like that.
At the end of the day, you are going to be interacting with people. You are not going to be sent there to go and be attending to sick people and other things. But you are just interacting with people. That is an experience. That is why intermittently you are advised to do internships, volunteer and other things. That is your experience career-wise. But national service, you are serving the country. So wherever you are being placed, go there to serve.
Can I?
Yes, Clement, please come in.
So I think the point I was making is the fact that one, the institutions, whenever personnel come, they should assign them to roles and responsibilities. When you pick, there's some kind of reports tells when you pick out of 10, 2 people they go to places and they're not assigned to anything. It's just a matter of pick this thing for me, pick this thing for me. And when you go to some institutions, some staff sees the national service personnel as a threat. So they are unable to even teach them what they are supposed to learn. These are the things we are talking about. That whenever personnel comes to your institution or when personnel is assigned to you to understudy you, be open-minded to give the person whatever the person needs. At the end of the day, the person is not a threat to you. Or don't think the person comes to take up your role. That is not the way the person, or that's the reason the person is there. That is point number. Point number 2, we are trying to tell the National Service Authority that there should be more education. Educate the personnel more. We understand you give education on your portal when you go to the platform and all these things. But aside the platforms, aside the portal, what other means of education are you giving to personnel? How often do we meet personnel? If not for monthly, you are supposed to send your validation form or whatsoever to the evaluation form to the district office or whatsoever. You don't go for anything. Nothing is being done. So these are the things we are talking about.
They should create an avenue where national service personnel can report issues to them.
Yes. So
they can also do this thing where when the season of registration for national service, as we mentioned, usually is second semester of the final year. That's when they can start advertisements on radio, TV. You know those adverts. I think, let me use election time, where you hear somebody asking, how can I go and vote? Go to the police station, put your, those kinds of things that give the basic information. So those who don't like reading, because, I mean, these people will say, we've been reading in school, we are tired. They can hear these things on
most
TV
of the
and on social media.
TV in their rooms.
No,
and even aside that, I think
on social media, it can be running.
I'll give you come to now TikTok challenge, a lot of things are going on. We can use this platform. NSA can have a TikTok platform, or even aside the NSA authority itself, we have association.
Yeah.
We have national service
NASPA,
personnel.
yes.
NASPA is there. What is NASPA doing? We have the regional NASPA leaders. What are they doing? We have the district NASPA. What are they doing? So aside the NSA being the authority itself, the association personnel, what are you doing? Because you are there representing the personnel directly. You are like a middleman between the personnel and the authority. So what role are you playing? So I think this is the way to go. And I have colleagues who, as at now, the place they posted them to, they've not really been accepted. So you are supposed to work on reposting, and it's going to be so stressful. And these are the issues that we are talking about.
Another problem I have with the institutions is the fact that they, like I said, these people need training. They see them as more of a burden. That's way more ABCD. But that is the essence of it, because the outgoing, employees, who is coming to replace them in the end? Because if, let's say, Miriam is senior director, you are assistant. Miriam goes on retirement, you are next. I also come and feel, because that is the chain. And if you don't train the new generation coming, how then would your institutions be able to run perfectly or properly? So there will be a decline in even the quality of the service delivery, which is also going to be a problem. So institutions, we beg, as much as it is strenuous and all of that, those of you in the higher positions, you were trained at a point. So train the new ones coming, let them get the experience. You can still send them to buy your food, but give them something that at the end of the national service, they can say that, okay, I came to Clock TV and I have learned how to do A, B, and C, and this is what I also have to show for working here. This is something that
I think lastly on NSA, some institutions sees these personnel as young, like Omususa. Young color. There's another thing we need to talk of. This is another time I'm expecting NASPA, NSA to talk about it. They see some young color. So what does that
child in the way he should go.
Exactly. So these are the things we need to eradicate from the system. Young color. You can see them as, they are smallish, but intellectuals, they have a lot of things to offer. So if you are unable to tap from these people, at the end of the day, whatever they brought from the schools, new things, because every day the curriculum keeps on changing. Every day syllabus keep on changing. That thing maybe you learned when you were in school, today is not like that. So expect these national service personnel to come on board with whatever they have. Lastly, what I want to say is that Clock TV, when it comes to national service, we do best.
Exactly.
We give our personnel the best of it all. We can even talk of our host and my co-host for business segment. There was a service personnel doing marketing, now he came to do marvelously. So we expect the institutions to be doing more of these things for their personnel.
Still on the posting story, the health minister has come out to let the doctors who were posted to various parts of the country know that there's not much they can do about it. They're not going to change the posting, so they might as well also report to their various places of posting. So let's take a look at the video where the health minister is speaking so that we can also discuss that issue.
The updates on the posting of new medical officers across the country as at Friday, that is last Friday, is not encouraging. But I wish to state that government's policy to send medical officers into the district should not be misconstrued or be seen as punishment. It should be seen as an equitable distribution of our health workforce. And we are posting the medical doctors where they are needed most. And therefore, I am very confident that these newly posted medical doctors will respond to our call to save and serve Mother Ghana. I have seen from the update that regions like Upper West and Upper East are recording 0 as at Friday. We will give them additional 1 week to appeal to them to report to their various facilities where they have been posted. After which...
So that was a brief video, a brief part of the video. The full thing is on social media, so you can find it and then watch and get an extensive view of it. Now, the main thing I want to touch on with regards to this issue is conditions of service. As employees, that's one of the main things that would also drive the workforce to work efficiently when the environment is conducive. Could it be that the conditions of service in these places where these doctors have been posted are not the best, and that is why these doctors don't want to report?
Before I speak to that very issue, let me give
the figures.
Yes, the regional background of this very posting. So we see over the years, medical doctors, majority of them, 50%, are posted. That's to Greater Accra. But this time around, a quick one. Our region had 21 allocation, and as we speak, 8 people have reported. Ashanti region had 33, 25 reported. Bono had 29, 11 has reported. Bono East, 27 medical doctors, 9 have reported. Central region 34, 20 have reported. Eastern region 36, 23 reported. Greater Accra 26 have reported. Northern region 32, but only 7 have reported. And Northeast 19, 0. Oti region 21, 1 person have reported. Savannah 19, 7 have reported. Upper East 35, 0. Upper West 32, 0. Volta region 32, 15 have reported. Western region 37, 14 have reported. And Western North 31, 2 have reported. So in all, 463 were actually allocated or distributed across the district hospitals, and only 158 have reported. You're representing just 34%, and 305 medical doctors have not reported as at Friday, 28 November 2025. So Yara, I think you're making a point of condition of...
Is it possible that the conditions of service there are not the best? Because in the extended parts of the video, he mentioned that nearly 50% of the doctors are here in Accra. And these areas, we've spoken on countless occasions where we've talked about the fact that the infrastructure in places outside Accra is not usually up to the standard of what we have in Accra most of the time. And so we were even talking about how they would even get to live, how some of these institutions may not even have these communities may not even have electricity for them to even start powering things and all of that, going through major surgery with torchlights and things like that. Could that be the reason?
You want to come in?
Yeah, I think, when we started this whole conversations, we've been talking about how, our aspects of our economy is being affected. And the health sector happens to be one sector that is also highly being affected. Because why would doctors be posted and not want to go there? I have had opportunity to live in rural areas, so I know the conditions over there. If a doctor is being posted to a place like that and they don't want to go, I understand them. Because number one, they don't have a good place to lay their heads, because these are people going to save lives. If you are putting them in places where they don't even have the right, mindset to think.
Right? They'll just kill somebody free.
We are entrusting lives in the hands of these people, and you're not making them comfortable. Okay, the ordinary Ghanaian there, we are fine, and yet we will live our lives. But critical people who play critical roles like doctors, surgeons, those kind of people, please make their lives comfortable, motivate them. Because after God, they are...
Let's be calming down. But we understand they play a key role in, our lives, because for the healing to take place, treatment to, it goes hand in hand.
Exactly.
How many people have access to the divine healing and whatnot? So it's treatment. And sometimes God even lets us know that treatment is necessary for these things. That is why the knowledge to do these things is there. So if, like you're saying, these people are not comfortable, or at least at an optimum level of, their standard of living is optimal enough, it will affect their work.
The days when you mention like a doctor, the prestige that comes with, like, hey, Dr. Fie, at least let's make them comfortable. That's all I'm asking for. Whatever they need, provide for them, please.
But that being said, they shouldn't also get too pompous. Let's strike a balance. We know you are saving lives.
Doctors, how many years?
But still, let's not. The way the church drivers are behaving, as we spoke about. You remember when they went on strike? The whole city was stressed out about it. And this is playing a role in their behavior these days. So it's like, we will give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. We give you your credit and all that, but don't overdo it to the point where it is to our detriment.
So, Aaron, what are the doctors calling for? What is the issue?
So they don't want to go to these places. They want to be in Accra.
Why do you want to be in Accra? That is first question. Second question, why don't you want to go to the places you've posted you? Where they've posted, per the report, these are district hospitals. These are not cheap compounds. Neither are they clinics. They are district hospitals across the country. What is the Ghana Medical Association president saying? He said, the reason why, to his point of view, people are not going is because Ministry of Health has failed to implement what we call deprived area incentive document. That is an incentive package for doctors who are supposed to go to deprived areas, like the places that they are failing to report to. So he's saying that kind of incentive has not been implemented. So as soon as possible, government should look into that. He cited an incident of also accommodation. It's a challenge for them when they go to this district hospitals. He also cited the issue of road connectivity being poor. So all these things need to be looked at critically before they get there. What is the Minister for Health saying? The Minister for Health, in his interview at Parliament, he actually said that they are engaging all stakeholders to make sure that everything that is needed to make the life of medical doctors comfortable to wherever they've posted to, they are going to do that. They are engaging members of parliament, they are engaging MCs and DCs to make sure, chiefs, to make sure that when these medical doctors they come to your district or they come to your locality, make sure they get a good place to stay. Make sure that their life there becomes more comfortable, because as Mimi said, they are there to save life. What are other people saying? There are, we all know that some areas are deprived. That is why we have conversations like this. We are talking about the Koko issue, that we only know about the southern part. A report makes us understand that northern part is also experiencing Koko in this manner. Would we want to see people traveled for hours on medical emergencies to Accra, to Konfano Teaching Hospital always, to 37 Military Hospital always? People get, sorry to say, a critical emergency situation at somewhere like the northeast, the western north of the country, somewhere Seshi, Bibiani, and they are supposed to be in ambulance, travel for about 3 hours, 2 hours before they can get to 37 Military Hospital. Why? Because they need to meet a medical doctor, either a surgeon or whosoever, to operate on them. Is that the way to go? That is not the way to go. So if that's not the way to go, then what is government trying to do? Government is trying to make sure that these medical doctors, which they are saturated in Accra, get closer to the people. So they want to bring the medical treatment or medicine close to you wherever you find yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that, yes, the Ghana Medical Association is talking about condition of service, because nobody wants to work in a condition where he or she is not comfortable, and even it does not even go with the labor law, because if you are being employed and your condition of service is so poor, you can decide not to accept the employment. But notwithstanding, we are all talking about building a country together. Notwithstanding, we are all talking about making sure things work in the country that we live. We want to plead with the medical doctors, in as much as government has heard their cry, in as much as government is ready to do whatever they are supposed to do for them. Let's think about the people living in these deprived areas. Let's think about the life we are going there to save. These people, you are crying that they have poor roads. They've lived there for over years. They've lived there over centuries, and that is where they find themselves. That is what they have. That is the only means of health facility they get. So I believe that the other bodies like the Ghana Dental and the Council and all these people, they should come together and let's speak to our medical doctors, so that as soon as possible they all report to the places that they have been assigned to. But most importantly, we are there to save life. Medical doctors are there to save life. So we understand you spent so many years in school to be able to acquire this kind of knowledge that you are going to use to help the ordinary Ghanaian. But in as much as you want all this incentive to be given to get a conducive environment for you to render your services, please, as soon as possible, let's try to go to these places and save life, because that is why you are there.
Right. And another thing that could be a good idea or a good initiative for the government could be that in posting these doctors to these district hospitals, as you're talking about, they could also push in some sort of initiatives, like with these district hospitals that have been listed, that are going to be posted, what are the areas in which these district hospitals are lacking? Major areas, right? So maybe ABC District Hospital is lacking something in the, let's say, maternity ward. It is the most pressing issue. Or let's say it is lacking a standby generator. Then the ministry can push funds for that, so that at least when these doctors are going, they know that, okay, electricity is usually an issue here, but maybe because of our posting, the government is bringing. So every year, something small is done. And you mentioned the district hospitals as though it is something that, sort of improves the situation. But even big hospitals here in Accra still end up referring you to Kolebu, because they're also lacking in the facilities and maybe even resources or personnel. So it does not particularly change much, knowing that it's a district hospital.
It's changed a lot. I have a situation where my auntie fell so critically. We went to a district hospital and they told her there's no medical doctor. It changed a lot.
Okay.
It's changed. I don't know, but those who have lived in Accra might not understand me. But those of us who are from the other parts of the country understand what you are talking about. Some places you don't have cheap compound. So when you go to a district hospital where there's a medical doctor to attend to, when you go to Takrady and there is emergency situation, the only place you can resort to is Efia Kwanta Regional Hospital. If Efia Kwanta is unable to save you, then make sure you're coming 37. So if in the district in Western Region, we have about 32, 33 districts. And so if each district is having the facility needed, you don't need to run to Efia Kwanta before you get the necessary.
Okay, let me clarify.
So they play a major role.
So what I'm clarifying, or where I was speaking it from, was the perspective of these doctors who don't want to go. In the sense that the conditions of service we are talking about, not the service delivery, where, regardless, they can still render some services to the patients. In the sense that because it is not the place that is fully equipped, and then the conditions of service will not be met, whether it is a district hospital or not, that motivation to go is still not there. That's what I mean. Not about whether or not the patients will be catered to or catered for. Do you understand me now?
You see, I'm happy that this conversation is coming right after the national service issue, because we were just talking about NSS personnel wanting to be posted to their preferred places. And this is the same thing happening with our doctors. This is a profession you've chosen for yourself. At the end of the day, you are to save lives. You are not to save lives of people living in rural areas, but you are to save lives of Ghanaians, of people handed over to you to help them. That is your job. And so if you are posted somewhere and the equipment, everything is there, and maybe for one or two reasons, the place doesn't look lively, you do not want to go there, you are not doing any good to humankind or human beings, because that is your profession, right? So I just want to add that. But me being a social person, lively person, lifestyle person, always wanting to have fun, I think it boils down to the conversation of we developing these other parts of our countries, because everyone wants to chill at some point in their lives. Doctors also have social lives. If you are sending them to a place that do not have, like, bibi anywhere exciting, I'm not digressing. I'm just saying that there is
basically
no
everything around should contribute to some amount of comfort.
Everything comes together to make it nice.
Nice.
Yes.
But somebody too will argue that it's not about niceness. You are here to save lives. You are here to do your work. No, the social life here. If you want to come to Accra, pick plane.
That's another point. That's another point.
The weekend you will be saving lives.
What is stopping government from developing these other parts of the country? Why?
That is a big question.
Is the answer that if medical doctors fails to report, that will push government to develop the place? No.
That is what they are doing.
There is an issue here, Yara. My concern even about this northern part we are talking about. The places that people are not reporting is the northern part. So what kind of communication are we giving to the northern part of the country? As we speak, Upper West, they are supposed to have 32 medical doctors and none have reported. What is the situation?
Right.
We are supposed to have 35 for Upper East, none have reported. We are supposed to have Northeast, 19, none have reported. So the way to go for the medical doctors, my point of view is, I think they have their database. So you can check, maybe these people, they are from northern region already, that's where they range from. So it's easy for them to post them there. People, because I don't think all of them are from.
You are being biased.
I'm not being biased, because Yara, if they are failing to go,
if I have stayed in the north all my life and I've finally completed medical school, and I have the chance of being posted to Accra, because I'm a northerner, I should be posted to...
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
It could reduce the pressure on accommodation and all of that.
Not even the pressure. Let's look, a lot of things come to play. When you go to the northern part, their language, posting someone even from Accra who doesn't understand the language.
These are
factors. We have translators.
Please. Okay, so let's go to our front pages quickly, then we wrap up, and then we go into the next segment. If I leave you people, you will fight over this the whole day. Yes, so who goes first? Ladies first. Miriam, what do you have for us on your front page?
Okay, so I have graphic showbiz. It's a Thursday, so yes, let's do some entertainment. So we have actress what's her name? Yeah, Kissa Beckley. Yeah, Kissa Beckley. She's saying that motherhood is not a threat to showbiz career. That is what he's saying. And also, Kofi Sapon, the policeman, is saying that embrace ex-secular acts. He's saying this to the gospel artists, that those that have been in the secular, section of our music industry should be embraced by all, especially with gospel musicians. And one that caught my attention is the last one, which has to do with 3 reasons men vanish after dates. You can find that on page 8. 3 reasons why men vanish after dates.
Which kind of date is that?
Oh, when you want to go out with a woman and then, first date, let's go and sit somewhere and, talk and understand, get to know ourselves more better. After that day, men, we don't see you again.
It's because of the kind of things you do.
What do you don't call us again.
On the first date, we are talking.
My phone is spot.
My phone is spot. On the first date, and a message has come. Please see the message. First date, this issue here.
Some girls too. First date, the one say first date. We are getting to know each other. Now what order Adriane for your family, like
Yeah.
Not even for what is this update?
We are doing too much.
We'll
we are
come
the
to
ones
that.
pushing away.
We'll come to that. Let's
That's
get
good.
the
That's
front
good.
page for Clement before we are,
So I think
carried away.
my front page. Before I come to my front page, the last time to talk about the dating issue. Sometimes
We'll come
you
to
go,
it. You finish your front
you go
page.
order food for a young lady on the first date, and she consumes everything. You consume everything. She tell you.
You don't want to waste food.
Yeah, it's not so. We check all these
Please,
things.
let's take your front
When you
page. Then
consume
we
everything.
finish the conversation and
As a lady, you're not supposed to eat.
Not at all.
Please,
When you send her
let's
home.
take your front page. When we take your front page, then we'll delve into the date
Yara.
issue properly.
I think I
and
need to
wrap up this.
I have the daily graphic.
Okay.
And the front page, the big story is of Ankonsa Home Highway 77% complete. I think Mimi can confirm whether it's so or not. You also have another story that is supplement on National Farmers Day, and inflation hit 6.3%, of which we'll give updates on the business update segment. And trade unions business decry water and power tariff hikes. That one to bring updates on the business segment. So these are the major stories on the front page.
Of the daily graphic.
Exactly. And the daily graphic.
So we have about 5 minutes left.
Yes. Let me make
First dates,
my date submission. Yara, first dates. When a young, very nice, beautiful lady, I could date. We are all day, Diane. And do you know after eating everything? Yara, do you know the meaning of eating all the food?
What does it mean?
Your kitchen will be empty. When you take such lady home, your kitchen will be empty.
If it's empty, you to cook.
Yeah, right. No, you don't understand. After
She will be consuming everything.
You can't visit her. That's the meaning. That's the implication.
Wait,
First date, you're supposed to comport yourself.
Exactly.
Wait, was the food made for decoration? It's not for eating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Meaning, is it a response? I think I'm done.
You're not supposed to be eating like that.
Exactly.
This is your first
First date.
You are getting to know each other. This is a man you've never seen. No. He just appeared in your life. First date, let's get to know each other. That's when you are going to exhibit all your powers.
Please, Clement and
the
Miriam
men are complaining.
Young ladies, when you are taking on dates, please don't eat every day.
And to those girls that they'll go and eat at restaurants, they'll not pay, and then they'll keep the bill there. That they'll come back another time, and then they'll come with their dates. So that the guy will have to pay.
We'll have this conversation probably on Tuesday. But this brings us to the end of the online and print review. Up next is the sports segments with Benedict Nketiah-Kwarteng to bring us sports updates here. So do stay tuned. Now, first. morning show. And if you're just tuning in, it's time for sports with Benedict Inkitia Kwarting. He'll be bringing us updates on everything that has been going on in the world of sports, local and international sports. Good morning, Benedict.
Good morning, Yara.
Listen, the way you're smiling, I know something is up.
Yeah.
I know Chelsea lost, but how are you doing?
I'm fine.
I know you're fine,
I'm fine. Amazing grace. How sweet it is. How sweet it sounds. We're up and grateful. I mean, it's a brand new day, a brand new morning, and you're looking lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you, viewers, for staying with us.
No,
I'm so
happy.
excited. I'm so excited this morning. And it's just by the grace of God. You know, we've been vindicated. You know, in this life, I always say this: agenda delayed is not
agenda denied. So that's why you're in white.
Good.
And then James, the Chelsea supporter, is in black. He's mourning.
In this life, you can be exposed in ways you least expected.
I see.
I have very good friends. I have good friends who are Chelsea fans. And ever since Barcelona lost against Chelsea, I've not had my peace of mind.
Now the tables have turned.
I can't even post a scripture on my status and someone won't come and remind me of what happened.
You've had a very tough weekend. Oh.
And I'm always quiet because I know. You see, the thing is that Chelsea is always losing their games. Chelsea is a team, they only prepare for big matches. That's all. After the big match, and they'll go back to default settings, and that is there. So I wasn't, yes, you've won a day or two, it's fine. But you, the team that you're always losing, you're coming to laugh at me, troll me, a whole Barcelona, the best team in Europe. For a whole week or more, you want to troll me? Chelsea fans?
Yesterday, and they are going to troll them for a month.
I'm letting them off the hook, but then I want to remind them. I have these people, Chingy, also known as Konami, or Derek Tano. Let me mention his Christian name, his government name. Tadi Krachi, who is called Nei Afo. James.
Jedad. Yes, James Tay, Bernard.
You guys, the three of you, there are others, but those guys, they are mad. But the three of you, relax. The time is coming.
The Bassa fan is here.
Your time is coming. Anyway, let me move on to the stories for today. Thank you, viewers. That was just by the way. Let me just quickly brush through the stories for today. So yesterday, I joined Clock Sports, and then we had a bit of talking about football and what is happening in the sports world. In depth, we delved deep in some of the conversations and all that. One of the stories that we spoke about happens to be about the Black Queens. So the sports minister yesterday, the day before yesterday, loud performance of Black Queens despite England loss. So the Black Queens played a friendly against England, the Three Lionesses of England. And then we lost by 2-0. But, sometimes losing a game doesn't really define who you are. Just as in the case of Barcelona and Chelsea. We losing against Chelsea doesn't define who we are. But what happens afterwards? And that's what's happened with the Black Queens and then the Three Lionesses of England. They lost against England 2-0. But then, when you compare the quality between these two teams, England and then the Black Queens, you realize that the English team, they are far ahead of the Black Queens. I mean, that's the truth. We can't even mince words. And then looking at the position of the FIFA rankings of the teams, Ghana is around 57th or so, and then England is part of the first five teams. So already we knew that, okay, they had an advantage over us. They were playing home. And then, of course, England, before the Black Queens game, they played against the 16th team, 17th team, China. They scored them 8-0. So going into this match, we were expecting the Black Queens to beat him mercilessly. But then, no, they actually surprised us. They played very well. We had a few problems with equalizing, converting our goals, defending, holding on to the ball. But then, in all, the performances of these young ladies was very good. And then this actually pushed our sports minister to post on his X. Let me just briefly read what he posted on his X after the game. It says, "A bold and brilliant performance from the Black Queens tonight. Your growth grit and grace inspires us all. We are proud of you. We are behind you. So this goes a long way to show that people are impressed with the kind of play they played. Yes, we lost, but then we are impressed. We actually enjoyed the game, and we know that the team is now coming up. Things are now unfolding. There has been some investment into the team and all that. So we'll get there. We'll pick up. The ladies will pick up, and they will surely make us proud. Let me move on to our next story for the day. So this has to do with Ghana and Wales agreeing on a strategic football partnership. So over the week, Ghana, the Football Association of Ghana, and then of course the Football Association of Wales, so GFA and then FAW, they have agreed on a new strategic partnership aimed at strengthening coach development, sharing football knowledge, and exploring long-term avenues of cooperation between both nations. So just as in the summary, just as in my introduction, the Football Association, Ghana Football Association and the Football Association of Wales met over the week to agree on a football partnership which will improve the coaching development of the country, and then also for us to share football knowledge. Ghana has qualified for the World Cup 2026 World Cup, and then we want to use this opportunity to enhance the football knowledge that we have. Football is evolving every day, every time. So we need this kind of education. So this is actually a long way. It's going to go a long way. It's going to help the coaches. I understand a handful of the coaches, the local coaches, will be sent to Wales for a training program in coaching. So this is actually a good initiative, actually, which will benefit the country and everyone as well, especially those who will be involved in this coaching program that will come up. Let's move on to my next story for today. So CAF names Konami. It goes back to my colleague, the Chelsea fan, Derek Turner. Konami, your name is here. CAF names Konami official gaming sponsor for AFCON 2025 and 2027. So this is also good news for AFCON, as part of the initiative to propagate the stories or the games that are coming up, the AFCON competition that is coming up. They have named Konami as an official gaming sponsor, and then those of us growing up, most of us growing up who around my age, and then those older than me if you can remember, growing up we had this game that we used to play, Konami, football, just like PES, just like the ones that are out now. But then those times we play Konami, play football, all sorts of games and all that. So this is the Konami we used to play those times. That's where Derek actually earned his name. He's one of the best gamers out there. Konami, he's very good in it, and of course he earned that nickname. So yes, CAF has named Konami as one of the official gaming sponsor. It will help propagate the stories around AFCON. We heard recently, some days past, where some English panelists, pundits, made the comments that AFCON should not be really giving that attention and all that. It actually sparked some controversies around. But then, yes, so this is a means for us to send the name AFCON out there for people to know that, yes, Africa is the second biggest continent in the whole world. That means we have the numbers, we have the people, we have the spread out there. So we want those in Europe, those in North America, South America, everywhere, the other continents to know that, yes, we are also there when it comes to football, and we produce some of the best and quality players out there. So yes, thank you, CAF, for taking this initiative, and I know it will actually go a long way for the countries in Africa as well, and for this AFCON competition. Unfortunately, Ghana did not qualify for the AFCON competition that is coming up in Morocco. But of course, we'll be watching because Nigeria is part. We want to watch how they will feel. That one there is a fact. We'll be there to see them come back home. Let me move on to my last story for today. So this has to do with the World Cup that was played in 2010, 2008, 2012 and all that. Yes. So it has to do with USA legend. He stated, and I quote, "I want some vindication." Quote close. USA legend Landon Donovan desires Ghana in World Cup group. So in a four pundits interview that happened during the week, which included one of USA's legend, their captain Donovan Landon. He stated that as part of his predictions for the groupings for USA, he is hoping that Black Stars will be paired with USA. Black Stars will be in the same group with USA, just because he still hurts from the loss against the Black Stars back in 2010 when we won against them. And then going head to head, we played 3 times, yes, and then we've won twice, they've won once. So he says he still wants vindication. One of the panelists, one of the pundits made a comment that this is not the strongest Black Stars team to come up. So he also wishes that Black Stars will face USA, will be in the same group with USA. But then, like I said yesterday on the Clock Sports, bring Argentina, bring Spain, bring France, bring Portugal, bring whoever, even USA. In fact, put all of them, the best players in all of the teams together, and bring them against Black Stars. We'll score them. That is Black Stars for you. That is the mentality we are bringing towards this World Cup.
No comments.
You don't have to. Just trust the process.
Right. We are trusting.
Yes, Donovan is still hurt from that loss, and then he's hoping that we'll be drawn against them so that they will be vindicated. He wants to play. He says, and I quote, "I want to play them. I want to get over the hurdle. For my personal sake, I want some vindication." So your man is still hurting. Your man is still heartbroken. But, it is what it is. That is football for you. Anything can happen. You can have the best players. That is what they believe. They have the best players. But we've seen the USA team, USA men's national team. They don't have the best quality players out there. But they still think they have a chance. No problem. Black Stars will be there for you.
Right.
So this is all I have for the sports update segment. And then, last Tuesday, when Chelsea won against Barcelona, on Thursday during the morning show, right here, the Chelsea fan came to sit here with me. Today, I was hoping you come and sit here with me. People were jubilating. Clement was jubilating. Joseph was jubilating.
Yes.
Efo was jubilating and all that, but
yes,
today,
James is here. It's black out. We want to see you.
It's sad for them. It's sad for them.
He can't even come.
He came this morning and he says he couldn't sleep the whole night. I just looked at him and I was like, "Newcomer Benny, newcomer Benny." He lose against Leeds United, a second division team that just came into the league. But like I said, that's football for you. Anything can happen. So when you win, you throw 1, 2, then you are good, you are calm, because it can get to you. As for the Chelsea fans, I don't even have time for them, because that's football. So yeah, thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you too. We are so glad you are happier, because last Thursday was very sad. But James, we are sorry Chelsea seems to have lost, but I'm sure they'll come back up very soon. So more grace to your elbows.
Back to do?
To win.
Win who? If you can't win against Leeds United, then who can you win? But if you want to talk about this, then we'll sit here the whole day.
I know you and James will continue after this set, right? Thank you so much for the updates, and this brings us to the end of the sports update segment. Up next is the business segment with Clement Yabankwe. Do stay tuned.
Good morning, welcome to the Business Update segment. I am Clement Yabankwe. Now, on to our stories. The Ghana reference rate, which commercial banks rely on to determine lending rates, has seen a notable drop for December 2025. According to figures from the Ghana Association of Banks, the GRR declined from 17.93% in November to 15.9% in December, a 200 basis point decrease. There are more to this report.
The decline is largely due to improvement in the main components used to compute the GRR, including the monetary policy rate, treasury bill rates, and interbank rates. Some commercial banks indicated that the significant 350 basis point cut in the monetary policy rate to 18% had a major influence, supported by a modest drop in treasury bill rates.
Away from that, the PURC has announced new utility tariffs effective January 1, 2026, with electricity rates increasing by 9.8% and water tariffs rising by 15.92% for all customer groups. These adjustments form part of the Commission's 2026 and 2030 multi-year tariff review developed after investment hearing and nationwide stakeholder consultations.
The review considered utility companies' investment needs, industry competitiveness, and consumer living conditions. PURC says the changes were driven by shifts in key economic indicators and the power generation mix, where terminal power would account for 78.79% and hydro 20.9% over the period. The approved exchange rate is 12 Ghana cedis, 1 peso to the dollar, with inflation set at 8%. Tariffs will be reviewed quarterly to reflect movement in the exchange rate, inflation, and gas costs. A new policy has also been added to cover the cost of supplying electricity to island communities through mini-grids.
Now on inflation, Ghana's inflation has dropped for the 11th straight month, falling to 6.3% in November 2025 from 8% in October. According to the latest CPI report from the Ghana Statistical Service, government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idris explained that the decline was mainly due to lower food and non-food inflation, with overall prices rising only 0.9% between October and November 2025.
Food inflation dropped sharply to 6.6% from 9.5%, while non-food inflation fell to 6.1% from 6.9%. Inflation in the services sector also eased to 3.8%. The Northeast region recorded the highest inflation at 12.3%, while the Savannah region had the lowest at negative 0.02%. Inflation for locally produced items declined to 6.8% from 8.0%, and inflation for goods slowed to 7.3% from 9.3%. Businesses are being urged to leverage the lower inflation environment by improving efficiency, strengthening local supply chains, reducing waste, and passing cost savings on to customers.
Thank you so much for staying with us for the Business Update segment. I am Clement Yabankwe. Do enjoy the rest of the show.
as well. And I think we just have to invite him in so that he shows us what he does best. And so, Kingsley, if you can join me in the studio with your tune, would really appreciate. So he's going to play something for us. Yeah. Apologize to our viewers that I entered with, hip hop, Afrobeat something, and just for Kingsford to take us into another realm, an atmosphere of gratitude. Thank you so much, Kingsford. That was amazing. Before I even start asking you questions, I just want to have a video. I know we have a video of you, and so let's play that video of Kingsford, and then when we come back, we'll find out how he started this whole journey. You're welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. It is still the lifestyle segment here, and we are streaming live on Facebook and also YouTube as well. Today we are learning about the journey of learning music, looking at the formal versus informal training, and we have a guest. You've already, seen him, and so I've also mentioned his name. He's in the person of Kingsford or Kinsey Saxstocks. Kinsey.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay, I'm fine. Thank you so much. The first question I want to ask is it difficult to play this thing? Do you have enough air in you? Like when you're playing it, can you breathe? Are you able to breathe?
Oh yeah, I am. It's not difficult to play.
It's not difficult.
Yeah, very easy. Once you're willing to learn and you want to play, it's an easy thing.
So how did it start for you? I mean, there are so many instruments. Why did you choose this?
Okay, so saxophone, I would say, came in like in the middle of my music journey.
Oh, okay. So you're an artist?
No.
Oh, okay. You play the instruments?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started with drums.
Okay.
Then from drums, I moved to trumpet, and like I do most brass instruments.
Okay.
Yeah. So along the line, I decided to go on the woodwinds, and I chose the saxophone.
Okay, you mentioned trumpets. What's the difference between a trumpet and this?
Okay, so a trumpet is a brass instrument, and the saxophone is a woodwind instrument.
Okay.
Because we play with the reed, it's the wood.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. I thought you were going to say that a trumpet takes in more air than a saxophone.
It all takes in the same air.
The same thing.
Yeah.
But what's so exciting with saxophone? Why not trumpet? Why didn't you stay with trumpet? Why did you choose this?
I think I always found joy whenever I saw people play the saxophone. And I hopped on it too, and I could express myself so well on it. So I decided, hey, let me just stay on it. And saxophone also came in at a point. I started music as a marching band boy. I was in the Boys and Girls Brigade.
Okay.
That was where music started for me from. So at somewhere in 2018, we had to go for a band competition. At that time, I was a tuba player. And there were too many tuba players. And I wanted all of us to play. So I just dropped this and I was like, I'll pick up a new instrument and go with it. So
how did you learn? I mean, were you taught, was it formal, informal, or something that it was inherent?
So music for me has always been informal. I think whilst growing in it, that's when I decided to pick up formal stuff. Yeah. So I would say I am a self-taught saxophonist.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you learned it by yourself?
Yeah.
Not on the internet? Or
well,
you learned from the internet?
Some lessons from the internet.
You didn't also look up to somebody who already plays?
Oh, yeah. I had friends who were already playing, so sometimes I move to them and be like, hey, how do you do this? How do I get this done? Yeah, and I have two people I actually look up to. Yeah, one is Kek Walum. He's a tenor saxophonist in America, and the other is Dave Coles. They are in the world of jazz. But
You mentioned tenor, so it means you have it in how do I even say it? Like types. We have the soprano, the bass. So what do you play?
I do all the saxophones, with the exception of the baritone sax.
Oh, okay. So let's look at the period of learning or training. How long did it take? Was it a month, a year, 6 months? When did you realize that, I have reached, like this point there, I am ready. I can call myself a professional saxophonist. So
I think learning the saxophone, I actually did a speed learning thing because I needed to get my hands on it smooth for a competition. So I think I used about 3 or 4 weeks to learn because I already had music
3 or 4
knowledge.
weeks.
Yeah. So I just applied the knowledge I had in music onto the saxophone, and yeah. And so since then, I've always been learning. Yeah, every day is a learning day.
Every day is a learning. Someone also said it is very expensive to hire, a saxophonist for your event, as compared to trumpeters. Did I mention it right? Those who play the trumpet. I mean, if I'm having my birthday celebration or a special event and I want you to come and play for me, it is quite expensive. Why is it so?
Okay, so the question of it being expensive, I think, differs.
I'm not talking about the instruments being expensive.
Yeah, I get you. The service. Yeah. So, one, there are things you need to consider because the service you are getting, the quality of service you are getting from whoever you are booking. I mean, let's compare it to, let's say, housing. You want an apartment. If you want luxury, you would have to pay more to get what you want. So it's in levels, however you want it.
Oh, I see. So I saw a video trending on social media where somebody hired your colleague to come and play for his girlfriend, and the kind of things they were playing. So it means they didn't pay much.
Oh,
if that's what you're saying.
No.
So you guys deliberately play something.
We don't. But I mean, you see, with the play, everyone and the level to which they've learned or the level at which they play, you can't book a beginner musician or a beginner saxophonist and expect him or her to give you that kind of top-notch performance. So such a person like that, he or she is new in the industry, so he's going to charge what he or she feels it's right for him or her.
So where would you consider yourself, a beginner, mid, or pro?
Okay, so now I would say I'm a pro because that's what I do. Like, this whole music thing is my profession.
You do it full time.
Yes.
Has it been challenging? Have you ever encountered a challenge that almost broke you and you said, nah, I'm not going to do this again?
Yeah. Even recently, I had such an experience.
Oh, tell us about it. Someone booked you and they didn't want to pay.
Oh, for that, I've experienced it about 2 or 3 times. Like, you get clients, sometimes it's clients who have booked you before and they'll be like, oh, I want you to come and do this for me after I sort you out. And because that person has booked you before, you have some kind of trust for them, and you get there only for you to be disappointed. There are 2 clients to date, they still owe me.
So please give us our money, we beg. It's not easy to breathe in and out, we beg you.
And I mean, there are days where gigs won't be coming, bookings won't be coming, and it's kind of...
How do you survive on days like that, since this is your full time?
Well, you see, as everyone works, you're supposed to make some sort of savings or have other things you do on the side. Because I don't only perform. I'm more of a church boy, so I get my streams flowing from different ends. So I'm not a one-way kind of musician who has to sit and wait for gigs before, because I do production as well. And talking about production too, I have my song, I have a cover of mine I've done, and it's on the various digital streaming platforms.
We'll get into that. We have a few comments, flooding our social media platforms. Let's take them and then we'll continue. Kwabna Sapon says, boy, tell them the truth.
That's my music director.
Okay. Godfrey Yeboah says he's watching. James Bernard says Kwabna Sapon with an emoji. Gideon Jojo Tay says pressure with 4 E's at the end. Godfrey says he's still watching. Kwabna Sapon comes back again and says saxophone speaks to the soul. Gideon Tay says Kweku Kinzi with so many Y's at the end. Gideon Tay says professional. Okay, we also have this. Someone Boafo also says heat brother. Okay, and Kwabna Sapon again says boy. Interesting comments. Okay, so we have Kwabena Sapon again saying, I've been for highly professional. Did I get it right? I've been for. Oh, okay. Tell her you are also a producer. Okay. They said you should tell me you are also a producer. But have there been some misconceptions about, saxophone that people need to be clarified on?
Oh, yeah. For that, there are a lot. But one of them that it's always on the lips of people are always saying it is the fact that most of us are not educated or we do away with school, which is totally false. Because I recently graduated from school and I'm looking forward to even continue.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But how are you combining schooling with saxophone? I know it won't be really a problem, but how difficult
it's not easy because there are days you would have bookings or gigs and there will be class or there will even be exam or test, quizzes. And sometimes you would also have to go and play the game because you need money.
I know, right?
Or you want to satisfy your clients. But I mean, it's all about you planning well and balancing everything.
Okay, so please, the number on your screen is our WhatsApp number, not our call number. I can see that a lot of you are calling this number. Please, we are not accepting phone calls for this session. It is just WhatsApp. So send your conversations or text to our WhatsApp number on your screen, 0500500421, and then we'll gladly read them out. Nate Ishmael Natesh says, wow, very proud of you. So higher, my boss. Kwabena Sapon again. Who is Kwabena Sapon? Because he's flooding our page with...
that's my friend and your my friend. MD at church. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's one of the best you could find in Ghana. Kinsey to the whole Viase. Anyway, massive support.
Yeah.
I see. So let's look at family and then acceptance. We know a lot of people. I don't know what you studied in school. Please, what did you study in school?
Marketing.
Yeah. And so your family will be expecting that you be sitting in the bank, you be sitting in an office, a corporate job, looking at how well dressed you are with your suit. You're expecting some, big deals and everything. Oh, there was an Oberboy instrument. How has the acceptance been with your family?
I come from a family where music kind of reigns.
Oh, okay.
But then, I think my brother at the beginning wasn't in support of me doing music. I think he also had that kind of misconception about musicians or people who play instruments. Yeah. But then I think along the line, his mind changed because I was bringing in the bag. But my mom, basically the whole family is in support of what I'm doing. Because my mom is a singer. My brother was also trying to learn the trumpet as well.
But he gave up.
Yeah, but I have a big brother who taught me.
Oh, okay.
He's actually my first music teacher.
Okay.
Evans. So the whole family supports me, and my little brothers and cousins are all musicians too. So it's a thing we do in the family.
Okay. Yeah. So how is also the acceptance with you being a self-taught saxophonist? People will see you as not being professional because you didn't undergo any proper training, quotes, like for lack of better words.
Yeah.
Because you were self-taught. I mean, you didn't undergo any training. How is the acceptance like when it comes to that?
Yeah, I think for that kind of problem, it has to do with the technical part of the industry. People will be like, oh, you've not really had any formal education. How do you think you would match up to this kind of standard we need or something? But then I think one thing they forget to recognize is updating yourself with formal stuff such as the technique, learning how to read and all that. What they go to do in school, you can equally do it online.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I call YouTube a university because most of the things I do, that's where I picked my lessons from. But then I've tried my possible best to clear that kind of misconception about self-taught, being self-taught, and I get some good.
So, assuming you get somebody coming your way to also learn, would you advise the person to learn on their own or undergo a training? Let somebody rather train them formally or informally?
I think a blend of the two is good, because along the line I realized mentorship is something vital. You need someone who would serve as a guide and shape you. So teaching yourself or being self-taught is a good thing, but getting some guidance formally is also good. So a blend of the two, I mean, gives you the best of results you seek.
I just got an interesting comment and I want to read it out. So this is from HM Joe, and he says, I love saxophonist. Does he have a girlfriend? I'm giving him to my sister. HM Joe. We are just having a conversation. They know they are making arrangements.
I beg you.
Okay, you there. They said I should ask you, do you have a girlfriend?
That is a question I wouldn't want to respond to on air.
Okay, so Kizzy to the world. This is from Amos Nee Horns.
Oh, another friend of mine.
Okay, he also comes back to say, share. He be professional past some formally taught students, so we know. And so for those that just joined us, would also want to hear another tune from you again. So if we can have, is it possible?
Oh, yeah, sure. I think we can do
Producer,
one.
please, can you please play his sound so that we hear something from the king himself? They said he's a professional. He proved to us. Clock it. You are indeed a professional. So tell me, which event has been your biggest? I mean, this event, dear, like that was your biggest.
I'm actually not picky when it comes to
events,
gigs I play or bookings, because I treat every gig with the same level of seriousness and respect. But then most of them have opened doors for me. I think mostly the ones I do in church, because I'm a church boy.
That's very interesting. Where do you church, by the way?
Tabernacle of David Assemblies of God on the Osu Oxford Street.
Okay, so let's look at how musicians of today are also, how do I even put it, following your trend. I mean, when it comes to saxophone, do you get a lot of artists, calling on you guys, collaborate? Because we know you do the collaborations on their tunes. So you take the instrumentals and then you play on that. But in person, have you got that collaborations?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mostly we get to do the songs with them, like be on the songs they are doing. And I've been on quite a couple of ones, which some of them are foreign. But I think the most popular amongst them was doing a song for PACS, the Mama PACS.
You did a song with her.
So I have one person I look up to, that's Papa Kewa. Shout out to Papa Kewa. So I met Papa Kewa at a church program, and he actually fell in love with my tone, and from there he has been putting me on. So so through him I got the opportunity to be on Mama PACS song.
So looking at how it benefits you, do you think it also benefits the artist?
It sure does, because it gives some kind of sweet touch to the songs, which also pushes it for others to enjoy.
Okay, so let's look at appreciation in general. You know, when it comes to music, we have the Ghana Music Awards where musicians are being appreciated. Do we have something like that for instrumentalists?
We do.
There is something like that.
That's the industry awards. That's why they get to award Instrumentalist of the Year and all that. So,
okay. And do you think much effort is being put in pushing you guys to the top? Because hardly do we hear of instrumentalists as compared to the artists. You guys are always at the background, you know.
Because we mostly do the underground works for...
But don't you think you need to take the front line too?
I think gradually we are doing that, because there are people before us, our seniors in the industry, who gradually are getting that kind of stand in the industry, and it's a gradual thing, so we'll surely get there.
Okay. A few more comments coming in. Amos Nihon says, let's go. Someone Boafo says, powerful, give it to them. HM Joe says, wow, I'm getting chills. Hey, Esemara. Amos Nihon says, go, gaga. Hey, AYA. And then someone Boafo is dancing. Okay. More comments coming in. Wow, I'm very proud of you. So higher. This is from Nate. And T-Boy says, my engagements will be coming soon. Get ready for me, say. More grace. Kwabna Sapon comes back again. Kwabna, yate why? Yate. Thank you so much for bringing in your messages. But I want to know your perception about the Ghana music industry in general. Do you think it is thriving, it is doing well, it is failing? I just want to know your perception about it.
In general, I'd say it is doing well. Looking at how things were before and comparing to the days of now, I've seen some kind of improvement, which is a good thing.
Okay. Hey, did you tell your church members that you were coming on the show? Because the comments, they keep coming. So, Kwabna Sapon says, please, he will be willing to work with a secular artist since he made mention of his church. He's a church boy. I was even coming to that. Since you mentioned that you're a church boy, and looking at the first tune you gave us, it was a gospel song, and then the second one came. So he cleared that perception. But I want to hear from you. Are you willing to, collaborate with secular artists?
I'm open to all.
Okay. So. Won't your pastor come for you? Since you're a church boy, maybe he'll be protecting you. Or you're open to...
He understands. I know he understands the kind of work I do, but I mostly work with, more of the gospel musicians.
The gospel musicians, okay. H.M. Joe says, I'm coming to Tabernacle of David with my sister. Okay. Someone says, okay, we'll be waiting for you guys. Amos Nihon says, spoiler alert, he plays trumpet, keyboard, drums, bass. Hey, you play all these things?
Yeah, I'm a multi-instrumentalist.
Wow. Okay, so getting to the end of the show, we have a section where we celebrate people for their birthdays.
Okay.
So we would want you to play something like a birthday tune. Happy birthday to you.
That's fine.
Please, we don't want the one we saw on TikTok. We want the one that will flow and pep breaks.
Sure.
Because maybe we are not paying you, You not play for us, we beg you. So I want to know, do you have any advice for anyone looking up to you or wanting to be an instrumentalist? Do you have any key advice or honest advice to them? Because maybe you are in the act, you might think that, oh, it's cool, anybody can come in. But I just want to know your honest advice. Do you think it's advisable they come into instrumentalists or, that kind of thing?
Oh, yeah. I think if you have the passion for it and it's something you really want to do and have love for it, I would say, yeah. So you can start where you are, but don't stay where you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should. I mean, whether you being self-taught or getting formal training, you should have structure and find a mentor, someone you look up to, or someone you can move to anytime you want lessons or you want to overcome a difficulty you are facing in your journey as a beginner. Yeah.
Okay. And so if anyone wants to reach you, someone says his engagement is coming up soon. If they want to reach you, how do they reach you?
Yeah, so I'm all over on social media and TikTok, Instagram, it's Kinsey_Sax Talks. And on Facebook, it's Kingsford Ifeanyi Anderson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a phone number that you can
I
call?
do.
Yeah.
0547.
HMJ, are you writing the number down? Please write it for your sister.
0547
Okay.
97
Okay.
1232.
Take it again, please.
0547 97 1232.
Okay, more comments coming in. Gregory. Gregory from Pond says, this my guy is really talented. Nate Ishmael says he's watching. Joseph Kofi Bar says he's watching. Joseph again says, hey, fire. And then Shine Kel says, our prophet understands. Of course, I've been to your church before, so he's a very cool prophet.
Yeah.
Hi, prophet. Thank you so much for training Ken Sax Talks. So, Ken, we are about to wrap up, but just give me the birthday tune I requested for.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, so that we sign out.
Oh, okay.
So to all birthday celebrants, we'll read your messages, but just take this cool birthday tune, as you celebrate your birthdays.
All right.
Say kutu, say bam. So I say, clack it. So I'm just being curious. Yes. Can you play this on an empty stomach, like when you're hungry?
I mostly been play my gigs or programs
when you're fasting.
Without eating. First thing when I wake up, I just pick my saxophone, run through whatever rap I'm doing, then I get prepared.
Then it's that easy, because I feel for you guys. I mean, I feel it takes a lot of energy from you, so you need energy.
Yeah.
But how do you manage? How do you do that on an empty stomach?
Okay, so personally, I wouldn't be able to move around and do all that I need to do when I have filled my belly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mostly don't eat when I'm going to church, when I'm going to play at gigs, weddings.
Okay, so your shout out. I know your people are watching, so you have like 3 minutes.
Okay.
Say something to your people.
So, I'd like to say a very big shout out to my first music teacher, who happens to be my brother. Bro, I call him Brajo, but his name is Evans Richardson Okine, and my brothers Shutus and Gregory, my family, my mom and
Gregory said your head is big for a reason.
He's the one I just mentioned his name,
yes.
Gregory. Yeah. My mom, Auntie Connie, I love you so much, and thank you for allowing me to do music. And my church, my pastor, I salute you, Papa. Yeah, Prophet Akwesi Boateng.
Okay. Thank you so much for making it here. And we've been speaking to, I want to get your name right, Kinsey Sackstocks. Yeah, today on the lifestyle segment as we try to learn the journey of learning music, whether formal and informal. And he's a saxophonist. So I hope you learned something from our conversations today. And that's all we have for you on the lifestyle segment. Let's take our birthdays and then we'll wrap up.
I heard today was your birthday.
You're welcome back. Now, who is our first birthday celebrant? Oh, the ever beautiful, my very own co-host of LTS, the ever precious, ever bubbly, ever pinkish. I miss you. Happy birthday, Edna. Wishing you a joyful birthday filled with God's grace. May his lights guide your steps and his blessings be abundant in your life. This is from the entire Clock TV team. We also have this, a happy birthday to you, Nadu Nate. May the Lord bless and preserve you for us all. Above all, be drawn to the mighty throne of grace. Love you, my darling girl. This is from your auntie, Irabna. And we also have this, a happy birthday to Tony. Oh, okay. May the good Lord continue to bless you in diverse ways. In Jesus' name, amen. Tony, how is the weather looking like tomorrow? I know you're watching. How is the weather looking? Okay. He understands. Thank you so much for bringing in your birthday messages. This has been the Koko Digest Morning Show. And tomorrow is a holiday and the weekend is ahead. We are wishing you the very best. Please stay safe, have fun, and make sure you join us next week, Tuesday, as we bring you more exciting content here and on the Koko Digest Morning Show. Thank you so much. My name is Miriam Abna Adidi.